Expecting.
I'm not going with you. You understand that my money is inside this thing, so I just feel like you should ask me at least. Do you get? I will tell you that I'm not quarreling with you. I'm not coming here to quarrel with you. I understand that this is what happened.
Put fish inside all
Which fish?
all night. I didn't come fish that I was at
I marinated it and I left it there.
at all.
What do you think is coming?
On television.
No, I'm not so stupid for my friend being mad. I'm in a craze. It's he is now. That's because he's Phyna. When he comes to my mother, you come and be shouting like a raging mad, foolish, stupid dog.
God.
This will finish. Let's meet on the last level. Why are you not grateful for jealousy? Are you grateful for whatever? Are you grateful for cheating? Food will finish.
Whoa! Hey guys, you are welcome back to another amazing FSWG Saturday YouTube live stream. Guys, I'm super excited. I mean, whilst I was mashing all those clips together, I was having a good laugh. I was having a fantastic time. However, I was feeling sorry for Ebuka. Yeah, our very own Ebuka. Because the very major thought that was in my mind was, oh my days, this season's reunion is going to be chaotic. It's going to be chaotic. However, it boils down to the responsibility of the organizers, to give us a proper show. Because I mean, with the last two reunion shows, they've not really delivered like that. I mean, they literally rushed all the events that happened on this in the season in I think just 2 weeks. So I am really hoping that this season's reunion is going to be mind blowing. But still, my heartfelt condolences goes to Ebuka in advance because Ebuka will settle for retire. And they would need to definitely have bouncers, yes, on set to hold the likes of Phyna, the likes of Sheggz, the likes of Amaka, the likes of Bryann, the likes of pianists. In fact, all the housemates, they will really need bouncers on set to hold all of them back, to restrain all of them from causing self-harm. Because right now, the only reason why these housemates have not physically violated one another is simply because of that Biggie's rule that literally kicks against physical violence in the house, against oneself and against a fellow housemate and against Biggie's properties. So guess what? During the reunion show, it's free for all madness. So guys, I am really looking forward to the reunion show. And hey, I know that I'm actually projecting too far, but guys, I can't help it. And I know I'm not the only one that's already looking forward to the reunion show already. But that's by the ways. Let me officially welcome all of you once again back to my YouTube channel. You're welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is our Saturday YouTube live stream. As I said before, we do this every Saturday by 3 p.m. WAT. And today, guys, there's a truckload of things to talk about. I have pumped out multiple videos daily over the week as usual. But guess what? It can never cover all of our sentiments because I see your comments, guys. I see your comments. I have responded to the best of my abilities. And I'm like, wow, these people, everybody has a lot to say. And that is the essence of this live stream today. This is the day for us to banter. This is the day for us to vent. A lot of us out here, we are boiling. A lot of people are boiling. Yeah. Down from Biggie's verdict, to a lot of things that has been happening in the house, to the fights. Guys, as a matter of fact, this week, I have dragged Big Brother. I have dragged the housemates. I have dragged Coyote. I have done a lot of dragging. But is it enough? No, it's not enough. Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is the drama that we signed up for. This is the violence that we signed up for. And I am really enjoying it to the fullest. All right, now before we get into, the highlights of today's conversation, I'm just going to do what we normally do on here, guys. Don't be offended. It is a tradition, all right? I'm just going to go ahead and say hello to you amazing folks in the comment section. And guys, hey, wherever you're joining from, please just go ahead and indicate your country's flag in the comment section, all right? If you can't find your country's flag in the emojis box, just go ahead and type the name of your country. I want to recognize all of you. And I want us to also recognize one another. So I'm seeing Prince Johnson here. Thank you so much for joining. I'm seeing April BB. I'm seeing Utoro. I'm seeing May. I'm seeing Isaac. I'm seeing Nkeng. I'm seeing Mosimi. I'm seeing Victor Oruma. I'm seeing Gloria, my namesake. I am seeing Gladness, nice name. I am seeing Lovette. I'm seeing EA Scent. Okay, That's a lot of abbreviations. Okay, I'm seeing Timmy T. Oh, Timmy T. Oh, I always love your comments in the comment section. Thanks for joining again. I'm seeing Esther Etim TV. Hi. I'm seeing Millie. I'm seeing Amy. Woof, a lot of people. I'm seeing Justin. Listen, and for those of you who are fond of waiting for me before the live stream starts, thank you so much. I do not take it for granted. Thank you so much. So without saying much, guys, if I did not mention your name, it does not make you less, all right? It doesn't make you less important. I just want to extend my heartfelt appreciation to all of you for coming through, for joining today's live stream. I see Michael. I see Aminatu. Hi. I see Ritendo. I'm seeing some OGs on here. Yes, this is amazing. Okay, thank you all so much once again. Now, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and read to you all what I have as my highlights of the week. There's a lot, all right? I'm going to try as much as possible to cover every single one of them. And hey, this is the part where I get to remind all of you that, as usual, I'm going to speak from maybe 30 minutes, and then I'm going to start sharing the link. So if you want to vent, if you want to rant, if you want to shalaye, then it's going to be your time the moment I share the link, all right? And remember, any and everybody has that freedom of expression to speak. Today's virtual conversation is not for only a selected few, all right? So the moment you see the link, please, I encourage you, jump on it. Otherwise, the studio is going to be full and you'll be struggling to join. But that's not a problem because even though the studio is full, I can still add more people. All right. Okay. So beginning with today's conversation, we're going to be starting with Biggie's verdict on Chichi's fight with Diana. That was a very, very controversial conversation this week. We're going to talk about it in details. There's also Biggie's verdict on Shags and Bella's sabotage of their partner's task during the, is it Aquafina? No, not Aquafina. I think it was a close-up challenge. My paddy. Guys, honestly, I'm mixing it all up. But Biggie's verdict, for those two couples in the house, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Then there's also Biggie's verdict for Phyna's impending punishment, with regards to the unique soap task. I did a video about it. We talked about it. We're going to get into that shortly. Then there's also Biggie's verdict and warnings for the housemates' multiple microphone infringements. Guys, I did a video talking about it as well. I have already vented how I feel about his constant warnings. I mean, this week, Biggie has given 1 million final warnings already, and it's beginning to look like whether it's a joke, right? So I know that all of you all have your own sentiments towards that. We're going to talk about it when you come online. And then the next thing we're going to be looking at are the fights. Yes, guys, this week, I think in the history of Big Brother Bbnaija, this is the first time that in 1 week, we're having consistent fights every day. Like in a day, we can have like 2 fights, in a day, 2 fights, sometimes 3 fights. This is the worst. Not really worst like negatively, but this is like a lot. And to be very honest, guys, who am I in the grand scheme of things to say I don't like the violence? I really love it. I mean, I've been enjoying it. It's been a lot of rich content. Yeah. Okay. So there's a fight between Sheggz and Hermes over food. There's a fight between Amaka versus Bryann, Daniela, and Modella. I specifically said that was a gang up, and some of you were of the opinion that it is not a gang up. It's fine. We all have our own opinion. All right. We are all entitled to our own opinion. All right. And remember, your opinion sometimes is not a fact, although it might be close to being a fact, but it's not 100% a fact. So for me, I said that was a gang up, and I'm going to explain that briefly. And then there's also the fight between Phyna and Bryann that happened in the early hours of this morning over kilishi. Very petty, you might say, but guys, in Biggie's house, something as little as water that is free for all could cause a massive fight. And also, we also have Sheggz and Phyna's fight over task. I think that was the first explosive argument this week. I think, yes, that was really insane. And the whole world were actually applauding Phyna because from people's consensus, or rather the consensus agreement says that Sheggz had it coming for a long time. And then we also had the latest fight, the fight between Cheesy versus Bella and versus Sheggz over food, happened late yesterday evening, stroke the early hours of this morning. And there was also the scandalous gossip session as carried out, spread around the house as a rumor about Phyna and Groovy having already gotten really sexual and intimate beneath the duvet, as spread and is it promulgated by Amaka, Chumsy, Chi and Bella. And then there was the ultimate betrayal of the week. Yeah, some people said that it's not a betrayal. Some people said that no, it's the ultimate betrayal of the week. I'm talking about Bella outrightly in the presence of multiple housemates denying Chomzy. Guys, there's a controversial conversation surrounding that. We're going to look into that. And then we're going to talk about the power tussle between the two rooms in Biggie's mansion. There's the red room and there's the orange room. I don't know how many of you have noticed, but there seems to be a power tussle over there. I'm going to shed more light on that very soon. And then briefly, we're going to be touching up on the personalities of Joey, of Daniela, of Modella, of Amaka, and Allison, guys. These ladies, they are the weirdest set of people in this season of the show, and I have my reasons for saying so. So, beginning with Biggie's verdict, I'm just going to briefly touch up on it because I've done videos about them already. Now, starting with Chichi's fight with Diana, guys, I will still stand on my opinion. I felt like Big Brother giving Chichi just a serious warning and a punishment to write in a book, from start to finish of the book. I felt like that was not really fair enough to Beauty. And I'm not saying that Beauty did not deserve to be disqualified. Beauty totally deserved whatever she got from the show. She set herself up for that kind of disappointment. She set herself up for that kind of drag. And so whatever came to her, she deserved it. All right? But if you ask me why I think that Biggie's verdict on Chichi was actually not fair, I would tell you that if you calculate the enormity, you calculate the extent, you calculate the degree of the offense of Chichi's attack, on Diana and Beauty's attack on Ilebaye that warranted Beauty to get a strike, guys, you agree with me that yes, Chichi should also get a strike. She deserved the strike. Also with the fact that she was very deliberate and intentional about causing that fight between herself and Diana. Anybody that watched the show right from the live eviction show, in fact, even if you've not been watching Big Brother from day one, yeah, the show from the live eviction show till the early hours, I think about 5, 6 a.m. in the morning in Biggie's house was self-explanatory. It was very, very clear what happened. Right from the live eviction show into the pool party that the housemates had, it was very clear and glaring how Chichi was already vibrating and, spoiling for a fight. She was specifically telling Phyna that, this house, this merger that Biggie has done, she's here for violence. She's going to treat anybody's echo. And she had been going around to go and hold Diana, telling Diana, oh, what is going on between you and Giddy Fire? Oh, Amaka likes Giddy Fire. Why, if you're not interested in Giddy Fire, why are you with him? Why can't you allow him, to be with whoever he wants to be? And that's stemming from Ibika's question during the live eviction show. For me, I felt like that was very provocative. That was very, very rude. I mean, what is her business? Number one, she's not even friends with Amaka. If it had been on behalf of Phyna that she was doing all of that, well, I might see a bit of reason, but Chichi and Amaka, they are not friends. So guys, from there, it was very obvious that she was very, very deliberate about that fight. And I don't know if Big Brother did not see that she had actually thrown away Diana's perfume. Now, a lot of people were arguing that, but Diana's perfume is Diana's perfume, a housemate's property, not Big Brother's property. The rule book says that a housemate cannot violently destroy Biggie's property. Hello. As far as I'm concerned, that housemate is being hosted by Big Brother in that house. So if a fellow housemate destroys that another housemate's property, then automatically they are defiling Biggie's rules of not going physically violent. So how Big Brother did not actually translate that into an offense, guys, it beats my imagination. I can't really understand it. My brain cannot even wrap itself around it. So for me, I felt like Biggie was just overly lenient to Chichi. Although I also understand that after Beauty's disqualification, there were a lot of conversations that sprung up on social media. People were of the opinion that Biggie's judgment on Beauty was too harsh. That, Biggie should have given Beauty a punishment, to set her on the right path, to give her a brain reset, blah, 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 rare. And I'm like, okay, but that's what the strike is supposed to do. A strike is supposed to be the ultimate punishment in Big Brother's house, because you know that now your character has to be in check. Your temperament has to be in check. If you go mad, you receive another strike. You can't go crazy again. You get disqualified. That is what a strike should do. So people were arguing that, Diana's property is not Big Brother's property. I felt like, now I do not really see the reason in that. But hey, that is my opinion at the end of the day. I'm going to leave it for you all to contest much later. Now, moving on to the Shags and Bella sabotage of their partner's task. I personally, from week one, I just felt like, Big Brother, there's something wrong. If you're not calling out these two people on all of their bullshit all the time, then there's a problem. Why is Big Brother not calling out these two people on the bullshit? Talking about microphone infringements, they've actually had several infringements, but you rarely see Big Brother calling them on it or calling them out on it. When it comes to the likes of Amaka, Big Brother calls them out on it a lot. We're going to come to Amaka's own part. That one, I feel Amaka's military people have been working harder than the devil this week, with regards to Amaka having multiple microphone infringements in a day. We're going to talk about that one later. Yeah. But still on the Shags and Bella, I felt like Big Brother did not have to wait for a second time before she called out Shags and Bella on their deliberate sabotaging of their fellow housemates' potential of winning a sponsor task. Guys, we know that with the sponsor task comes with monetary rewards. Yes, the sponsor task is not like the wager task that you get to benefit food resources or food supplies. No, it's not the same thing. On Sunday during the live eviction show, Ebuka was reading out, or rather mentioning the names of housemates that had actually won money. By the time I heard that Amaka and what's his name, Groovy, they had won 1.5 million naira each from that quick Phyna task. Guys, I almost went crazy. I said, what? 1.5 million naira each? That is a lot of money. Guys, this is not chicken change. It is a lot of money. So imagine a housemate that consistently wins sponsor task in that house. Whether that housemate emerges the winner or not, at least the housemate has not only gained fame, popularity, bragging rights of being on one of Africa's biggest reality TV shows, but that housemate has also gained what? Some monetary rewards for going crazy for 72 days or less than 72 days in Biggie's house, with a truckload of individuals that are from different walks of life that are out there to trigger you and just provoke you on a daily basis on a per second billing. So I felt like Big Brother waiting for it to happen the second time and then saying that, oh, Shags and Bella apologize to your partners. I mean, come on. At that point in time, I just looked at Big Brother. I'm like, Big Brother, is that really you? Did you go on a break? I mean, this is the same Big Brother that started this season with so much energy, that started this new season with so much violence, drama. And I was literally praising Big Brother that, yes, Biggie, give it to them so that they will not do nonsense. Because it's on record. It's on record that for every season of Big Brother Bbnaija, the housemates, they come onto the show moving mad. They come on the show moving mad with bad character, very stinking attitude, because they think, oh, I am on the show now. I am bigger than even the owner of the show. Seriously, they do it a lot. And we've seen how from season to season, different housemates have constantly broken rules. And Big Brother will constantly warn and warn and warn and warn and warn. No, so they warn he will come finish for a mouth. Waiting will come remain is for Big Brother to now show himself physically and say, housemates, this is Big Brother. I have finally come to tell you by myself to stop breaking the rules. It's ridiculous. So the fact that Big Brother keeps being lenient, I'm asking Biggie, I don't understand. Are you also trying to play, are you also trying to play a good housemate so that nobody will hate you? Big Brother, give these people strikes. Let this be the first season of Big Brother Bbnaija, where all of them in 1 week, they keep breaking the rules and then Big Brother gives everybody one strike each. Or maybe even give half of the house one strike each. I mean, to be very honest, some people think that, oh, if you give these housemates strikes now, it's going to now simmer them down. All of that authentic rawness that they bring on the show, they are not going to be hiding their true selves. It's a lie, you. Trust me, when people have strikes, it tends to trigger them more into provocation. Yes, and guess what? It's going to now create a lot of competition. Because look, I have a strike, you have a strike. I'm going to be looking at you and I'm going to be calculating that, you have two strikes left before you are disqualified from the show. Okay, I feel like I have the capacity. Let me talk like Kenny's for a second. I feel like I have the capacity as an individuality, human, with the potentiality. That guy always busts my brain. But really, if I look at you as my fellow housemate that has a strike, I can start strategizing all over again. I can start creating a new strategy around your vulnerability at that point in time. And I can start saying that, okay, fine, you have 2 more strikes to go before you are disqualified. I have looked at myself as an individual that has a strong mind. I cannot easily be manipulated. I can hold and control myself. I can increase my tolerance level. So I'm going to be provoking you. But you're going to provoke me and you're not going to get a reaction from me. But I'm going to be provoking you until you lose your shit and then you bag another strike. Guys, we're talking about twisted, evil-minded strategies right here. And trust me, it works all the damn time. At the moment, that is exactly what's his name, Sheggz is doing in the house. And in as much as it seems as though Elijah does not like Sheggz, guys, I love his strategy. That guy is, oh my God, his strategy is insane. I talked about his strategy during our live stream last week, and I'm going to touch up on it much later today. But trust me, Big Brother needs to be able to create all these avenues for different dynamics to play out in the game. I feel like his leniency is become overbearing. I feel like his leniency has become too much, and so this is the time for him to cut it short. Moving on quickly, Phyna's punishment for the unique soap task. Yes, Phyna was outrightly rude and disrespectful to Biggie, to Biggie's authority, to the game, to the organizers of that game, of that task, yes. And so I am looking forward to seeing the kind of punishment that Big Brother is going to met out to Phyna. Till now, he has not said anything about it. He said that it will be revisited later. So now, here is my bone of contention. And this one, I personally am spoiling for a fight against Big Brother. If Big Brother decides to give Phyna a task, I would dedicate one whole video, 1 week in fact, dragging Big Brother. Because at that point in time, I'm going to carry a placard and I'll say that, oh no, that is the biggest unfairness of the season. Because already we've established that Chichi deserved the strike, but Big Brother decided not to give her a strike out of his magnanimity, if there's anything like that for Big Brother. So now, talking about Phyna's punishment, I'm still wondering, what exactly is Big Brother going to do about it? Is he going to give her a punishment just like he gave to Chichi, or is going to decide to give her a strike? If Big Brother gives Phyna a strike, guys, not go funny at all, not go funny. But moving on from that, let's talk about the housemate multiple microphone infringements, aka Amaka, the rules breaker. As I said, it seems as though Amaka's village people decided to wake up this week and they've been following this girl around in the house. Every second, Amaka is breaking microphone rules. Every second, Amaka is forgetting a microphone. Every second, Amaka is leaving herself somewhere. Every time Big Brother is summoning the housemates to come to the lounge of the arena, Amaka is always the last person. The question is, does Amaka have a latecomer syndrome? Or is it just Big Brother, Big Brother's over leniency that's giving Amaka the temerity to continue doing what she's doing? I give an example that as a parent, for instance, you have a child and, you've been telling the child, oh, leave that place. Maybe you kept something valuable somewhere and the child is constantly going there to go and trigger that thing, to go and disturb the peace of that thing. And then as a parent, you're constantly telling the child, leave that place, and the child is not living there. Ladies and gentlemen, what makes you think the child is going to listen to you if you do not take any action? Now, think about that scenario and think about what the level of housemates have been doing since week 1. Big Brother has been warning. Okay, so let it not look as though Elijah is being over the top. I'm not even saying now anymore that Big Brother should be giving them a strike for every microphone infringement, for every misplacement of their transmitter. No, but let's talk about giving these housemates punishment for every time they break these microphone rules. Because what they do not understand is, if they do not use their microphones to speak, there's going to be a break in communication. Biggie will not hear what they're saying. Us, the viewers, we won't hear what they're saying. And then before we know it, these delusional fans, they will start agending agendas. Oh, this person said. Oh, I didn't hear what they said though, but their facial expression, their body language. There are some fans that think they have too much sense. Their facial expression, they will now start agending unnecessarily. So we need to hear them. We need to hear them clearly, loud and clear. That's my own take on that. Now, talking about the fights, guys, we all know what caused all the fights this week, all right? But beginning with Sheggz, my verdict is that Sheggz has had it coming for a long time. And Adekunle and what's this guy's name now? Elo Swags and Diana, they were talking about the same thing yesterday. And a lot of people, supporters of these people's fan groups, whatever, they came out with this agenda that, oh, Adekunle is a big gossip. Adekunle is gossiping about Shags and Bella, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, that is not gossip. Every single thing that Adekunle discussed with Elo Swags is the breakdown of what has been happening in the house this week from Monday. And that's a fact. That is a fact. I have receipt. If you want receipt, ask me. It is a fact. That's what has been going on. And yesterday, Bella and Sheggz, they had accused Adekunle of hiding fish. Yeah. In other words, accusing him of theft. That whilst they were upstairs, they had caught him red-handed. He had been hiding fish. That he went to hide fish inside microwave oven. Guys, guess what? Let me bust your brains. The fish that they are talking about, two microfish, hey Jesus, two croaker fish was supplied to the house, to the former level 1 house. Guess what? As usual, Shags and Bella, they had gone ahead to carry one whole croaker fish. Whether they had grilled it or whether they had fried it or whether they had boiled it or whether they had eaten it raw, I don't know. But between the two of them, they had eaten one whole croaker fish. This is one big fish that normally they will split, equally so that everybody in the house will have a share of it because it is supposed to be for general consumption. Now, Sheggz had forgotten that they had actually eaten the fish. Guess what? By the time they were accusing Adekunle that this guy, you are lying, you are capping on national television, you're freaking lying. Sheggz had a slip of tongue. Oh, every night people are asleep, Bella and I, we go around the house and then we take chicken, we take things and then we cook and we eat. Bam! That was how they exposed themselves. And Adekunle was able to switch back the narrative that, so you and Bella actually ate the first fish. Well, I saw that people ate the first fish, and so I took the second and only fish remaining. I removed it from the freezer where it was because it was frozen. I put it in the microwave oven so that it would defrost. And then I removed it again, and then I marinated, and I put it back there so that I could grill it much later for the entire household. Now, guess what? It was at the time that he had just removed it from the freezer and put it in the microwave oven for the fish to defrost. That was when Bella and what's his name now, Sheggz, in the middle of the night had gone to the oven and they found it there. The question that people should actually be asking is, what were they looking for inside microwave oven around 2 a.m. What were they looking for? Anyways, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that for those people that constantly accuse Adekunle of gossip, please, if you do not watch the show 24/7, don't be too hasty into jumping into conclusion or trying to label people. Yeah. Don't try not to be doing that. I know it's a game at the end of the day. There are some people that are fans turned fanatics, yes. But at the end of the day, what will you gain? When these people come out of the show, whether they win or not, guess what? Will they remember you? Have you ever asked yourself, would they even recognize you? When they want to address people like you, they will say, oh, my fans. My fans. They don't know your name. They will not say, oh, Gloria Elijah has been supporting me. Oh, Chekube has been supporting me. They don't freaking know your daddy. They don't even know your name, not to talk of your surname. So when you want to kill yourself on social media, when you want to be fighting unearned or unpaid battles, all in the name of stanship culture, trust me, by the time the show ends, you're going to be left high and dry. You'll not be asking yourself, oh my God, I feel so useless. What am I going to do right now? The show has ended. I have fought all the battles I want to fight with strangers that I don't even know online. Oh my God, what do I do to engage myself right now? So people will now feel very stupid and useless. They'll feel very useless. So the point is, stand who you want to stand, but try not to be extremely malicious about it. I mean, it's okay to, get bragging rights and all, but then when you now go about it in a very, very, in a very, very evil way. Gosh, some people are so evil. In a very, very evil way. It's quite hilarious. I mean, over the week, guys, I've been fighting battles with the small thing. Like the fans of Bryann, the fans of Bella, the fans of Sheggz, even to some extent, the fans of which housemate is that too? I mean, these people just come randomly. Today, it's this fan base. Tomorrow, it's this fan base. That was how one came and was saying that, and you that you don't have money to pay house rent. Oh my God. I said, okay, whatever you say, it is your truth. It is your opinion. Speak it. Speak it. I can't help you, right? Speak it. But then that's by the ways, guys. But that's by the ways. And then talking about the fight between Amaka, Bryann, Daniela, Modella. I said it before, and I'll say it again. That fight that happened Thursday night, that was a gang up. Instigated by Shags and Bella. You people don't see these things, but guess what? whether they like it or yes, I will still call the names of the people that instigate such things. It was instigated by Shags and Bella. And when I say that there's a power tussle between the red room and the orange room, this instigation is connected to it. Now let's look at it this way. In the red room, which housemates do we have there? We have Sheggz, we have Bella. I call them the king and queen of that room. All right. We have those two people. We have Doyin. Doyin now, oh my days. Doyin now is so desperate for a connection in that house that she would support anybody she feels she could get a connection with in the house. So at the moment, she's seriously bootlicking Bella and Sheggz. All the fights that those people have been involved in this week, that element of truth that is in Doyin to say that, okay, Sheggz, I mean, Doyin is the one person that I really respected. Anybody that has any issues in that house, she would never be afraid to call you out and tell you, this thing you did is wrong. However, this person, you are also wrong. Doyin has always been that person that is fair. She will call the two parties together and she will call them out on their bullshit. But guess what? Throughout this week, because of Allison has given Doyin space and is now bonding with Daniela and Modella, Doyin feels alone. She feels rejected. She feels like she does not have anybody in her corner. Guess what? She's now ass kissing Bella and Sheggz. So when they engage in fights with people, guess what she does? She goes ahead to say, oh, Bella, don't worry. It's fine. You're okay. You are not wrong. Sheggz, nah, you're not wrong. And I'm like, is this the Doyin that we used to praise all through last week? Is this the Doyin that we're actually giving accolades for being that the one and only just housemate? Come on. Anyways, that was a deviation. I'm talking about the power tussle between the red and the orange room that also kind of pushed that gang up against Amaka from the orange room. In the red room, we have Sheggz, we have Bella, we have Doyin, Modella, Daniela, Dotun, Bryann, Allison. Who else do we have there? That's 8 people now. Who else do we have there? We have, I can't really remember, guys, but if you remember the names of those people, just go ahead and mention them for me. We have those people. And then in the red room, who do we have? We have most level 1 people as well. We have Groovy and Phyna. We have Amaka. We have Giddy Fire. We have Adekunle. We have Rachel. We have Deji. We have Harris. Now, guys, if you think about it, all the fights that has been happening this week, have you all noticed that it's been instigated by the people from the red room against the people in the orange room? How many of you have noticed that? And guess who is always the spearheader of such fights? It's Sheggz. And that's why I tell you that Sheggz is playing a fantastic strategy that people on the outside, some people on the outside, they are not seeing it. And then it's not, I won't really blame the housemates on the inside. I mean, they can't really see and hear all the conversations. So they are not seeing it as well. Now, Sheggz has this power of manipulation. He plays crazy mind games. Adekunle fished it out last night in his conversation with, what's this person? Elo Swags and Diana. He said it, that Sheggz is a very, very smart boy. What does Sheggz do? He's playing a fantastic game. He will instigate a fight. He will drag you. He will insult you. He will say all manner of things. He will judge you. He will instigate other housemates in his room against you. And then after making sure he gets the highlight that he wants to get for that day, he will now come and meet you later to come and sue for peace. And guess what? In all of Sheggz' peace talks, have you ever heard Sheggz acknowledging his wrongs? Have you ever heard him saying that, oh yes, I know that I am wrong? Even if he makes a statement like, okay, I know that what I said, I shouldn't have said it at that point in time, he will now say, however, obviously, oh, this is my opinion, this is my blah, blah, blah. That is how Sheggz sues for peace. He will now convince you and make you feel like you have mental problem. It will not make you feel like you have been the problem all along. He will not make you feel like, nah, you are the one that is insane. I am the one that is actually sane. And I'm trying to call you out on your bullshit. You are the one that picked offense. You know how manipulative people behave. They make you go crazy. They trigger you. They poke you. They pinch you. Then you now lose your cool. You go crazy. By the time you are done going mad, they'll now come and tell you, you see, I told you, you are the one that has mental issues. Guys, please, if you've been seeing all what I've been saying, just go ahead and indicate in the comment section below. We need to go on a brief water break. Yeah, what am I saying? I'm saying the same thing that I've been saying in all my videos. Now, this is a disclaimer that I'm putting out there for the 1 millionth time. I do not hate any of the housemates. Please, I beg you. I do not hate any of the housemates. For those of you that have been following my reviews for years now, you can attest to the fact that this show, as it plays out 24 hours a day, at different points in time, there are different events that unfold. So what does Glory Elijah do? Glory Elijah dissects and analyzes the show step by step according to what I see. If there's a need for me to draw connections between past events, I will do so. If there's no need, I will not do so. But one thing I'll make sure I do is I will make sure I tell you exactly what I see. And one thing I'll also make sure I do is I will connect the dots and I will tell you the way it is. All right. So a lot of people think that, oh, Glory, you hate Shags and Bella. Glory, you hate Bryann. Glory, you hate Phyna. I mean, seriously, even when I say nice things about these people, guys, come on. It's beyond that, please. All right. So moving away from that, the cheesy and Bella and Sheggz food fight. See, you see that food fight? In as much as I was quite entertained while it was happening in the early hours of this morning, one thing that really gladdened my heart, yeah, was the fact, okay, not really gladdened my heart, to be very honest. I think I'm missing. No, one statement or two statements that Sheggz made that really got my head gagging, guys, was when Sheggz was saying to Cheesy, why are you disrespecting her? And that's Bella. Why are you disrespecting her like that? Why are you talking to her like that? Oh, you Nigerian men, you don't respect women. You're very rude to women, blah, blah, blah. And then he went ahead to say, this is a violation. This is a violation. My brother, I'm asking, violation of what exactly? Guys, if we all cast our minds to all the fights that has been happening on this show from week one that Sheggz is involved in, please, how many of those fights has Sheggz fought with guys? Most of the fights, it's been with women. He has fought with Doyin, and what did he call Doyin? He said Doyin is a fool. He called Doyin names. He called her a fool. He called her desperate. He and Bella, they called Doyin desperate. Who else did he fight with? He fought with, okay, he had a bit of an argument with Rachel, and it was literally, for a man that claims to respect women, for a man that claims to have very good home training, he was challenging Rachel to a fight or to a shouting spree. He was telling Rachel, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. Come and meet me right here. Come and say it to my face, blah, blah, blah. He was challenging Rachel on the day he was having an altercation with Phyna. What even caused the altercation he had with Phyna? The girl was giving ideas for the task. You are countering it. You are saying that, no, you don't agree with what she's saying. And then brother man sits down and reiterates everything that Phyna had said, marinated it and joined it together with the things that other people had said. That is very disgusting attitude. And if I were to be the one in Phyna's shoes, I would be upset as well. And Phyna made a statement that, see, that this kind of thing, they make me vex. Why will you do that? And he picked on that. What makes you think I care? If things like this make you upset. Now, the drama had ended because Phyna left. Groovy went and brought her back. But guess what happened? Phyna came back. She was quietly listening to the deliberations of the group. Before we knew it, Sheggz started again, shouting at Phyna, insulting Phyna. And that was when he made the statement of, if they put me and you together, you'll be going home. This is somebody that says that he's not proud, that he's not arrogant, that he's confident. Ladies and gentlemen, I literally had to go on my community tab on YouTube to put out a poll for you people to vote because the matter tired me. The matter high. Okay? But once again, this is not me saying that Sheggz is a bad person. No. This is me saying that Sheggz is playing a fantastic game. Sheggz is playing a crazy mind game with all the housemates, including Bella. Because something interesting happened yesterday morning. He woke up in his real self, in my opinion, and Bella was trying to talk to him, and he said something about, I'm tired of this relationship. And the girl almost died. Like, Bella almost lost her senses. For the first time, Bella left Sheggz in the room. She came to the living room to stay. She left again. She went to the garden outside. She was lying in bed. That definitely was on the other side of the bed. She was thinking about her life, and then she went back inside. Guys, Bella was completely disoriented. At that point in time, I saw Bella in a very, very vulnerable state. And it dawned on me that at this point in the game, if Sheggz breaks up with Bella, Bella will become an emotional wreck in that house, to be very frank with you all. And I put it to you that if Bella breaks up with Sheggz, it will not remove one hair or one fly from Shegg's body. Why? Because that guy is focused. He knows why he came on the show. He came on the show with a strategy, and that is what he's playing. He has been playing that strategy since day one. And it doesn't make him a bad person. No. It makes him one of the top players of the season. It makes him one of the top gamers of the season. Does it make him weak? No. It makes him a strong contender, in case you don't know. Anyways, moving on. Why did I even bring up all of that conversation? Him talking about Cheesy talking to Bella is disrespectful the way he was talking, and it's a violation. This is me saying that Sheggz is a bloody hypocrite. Because, brother man, all the altercations he has had with all the females in the house, Sheggz had been very, very rude. He had been very, very insulting. He had used a lot of negative language on those ladies without even considering the fact that they are women. So if you want to talk about, oh, don't be disrespectful to women, Nigerian men who are disrespectful to women, I say, bro, please go to one of the mirrors in the house and then look at yourself in the mirror, because that is you right there. You're disrespectful, you're rude. The only female in that house that Sheggz is even 90% respectful to is Bella. Even the Bella is still rude to Bella. Sometimes you're talking and you're telling Bella that our opinion, our idea does not make sense, that our opinion sounds stupid. And that's a man that has a lot of respect. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, we're talking about the power tussle. I think I've already talked about that. That all the fights that happened this week was definitely instigated by the people from the red room against the people in the orange room. And guess what? The people in the red room, they are led by Sheggz. The only person that is not being swayed by all the conspiracies going on in the red room is Diana. And that is because she's seen through all of the disguise, all that's happening in the house. And of course, she's in a ridiculous camp. What else? Yeah. Joey, Daniela, Modella, Amaka, and Allison. I wrote just one statement for them, all of them, all right? I don't want to waste too much time going into it in details. I said that Joey has the need. Okay, I'm looking for a better way to put it, all right? I said Joey is suffering from the need to always be correct. That's Joey's problem. There are people that in this life, their mission is everywhere I go, I want people to say that, okay, this person is correct. This person is correct. That is Joey's need. And it's becoming a problem for her without her knowing it. Because at the end of the day, she sounds like the smartest person in the room. Yeah. But then because now our opinion is getting swayed, that truthful Joey is beginning to shift. It's beginning to shake. There's a precarious nature to our truthfulness. Guess what? All the housemates, or most of the level 1 housemates, they are going into the diary room doing the fake nomination process. And guess what? They have actually nominated Joey. So it's not playing in her favor anymore. Daniela, guys. I said Daniela is suffering from the chronic need to be perfect. And that is why you see Daniela trying to be friends with everybody. That's why you see Daniela trying to be in everybody's good books, except the likes of Amaka. Why? Her true nature is beginning to reveal its true self. Why? Khalid is no longer in the picture. Why? Daniela's real self is beginning to rear its ugly head. And that is not to say that there's actually anything wrong with Daniela. No. For me, my frank opinion, it goes to say that Daniela had actually been pretending all along. From the week 1 of the show, Daniela had been very, very deceptive and had been able to conceal her true nature as that one person that is very, very amiable, as that one person that is very, very sweet, that's very loving, that does not speak too much. But guess what? Daniela has the tendency of being a bully, of being manipulative. Now, what I'm not sure of is if she's actually playing a strategy or if that is her real personality. Guys, I leave it to you all to judge, all right? Now, moving on to Modella. Modella has the desperate need to be overly loud and to be heard. And in my frank opinion, I think it's high time for Modella to leave that house. I feel like she has overstayed her welcome of being a fake housemate. I'm going to leave it right there. Amaka has the problem, like she has that acute chronic problem, of seeking validation. And because she's constantly seeking validation, to understand herself, because you see that girl soul, she's a very confused soul. Amaka does not even understand her own self. Amaka does not even really know her true self. So people that are like that, you find that they lean towards the spectrum of having a low self-esteem. Yeah. And people like that, even though they are very loud, deep within them, you see that they have that desperate need to seek validation from other personalities that they see as stronger personalities than them. And that was Amaka's Waterloo this entire week. Amaka has been desperately seeking validation from the wrong people because, number one, that altercation that happened, in fact, that gang up that happened against her from Modella, Janella, and Bryann, guys, to be very frank with you all, there was no need for that thing to have happened. If Amaka had gone to bed in her own room, if she had decided not to shalaye too much to Sheggz, to Bella, to the other people. But guess what? She felt that there was a need for her to over explain herself. And from over explaining herself, what happened? She shot herself in the leg, she set herself up for drags, and that was what happened. She offered herself on a platter, like a buelebo, like a sacrificial lamb, and they dragged her properly. And then, as usual, typical Amaka's nature, she was almost drawing and dragging into tears. So I feel like the moment Amaka realizes that she does not really have any need to validate herself, her existence in this house, she would have a free ride in that house, to be very honest. And look at Phyna. I'm not trying to compare negatively, but look at Phyna. Phyna has come to embrace herself. Phyna has come to understand that this is who she is, whether she's playing a strategy or not. I don't know. She's loud, she's noisy, she can be scattered and chaotic, but she has never looked for anybody's validation to tell her that Phyna, you need to tone it down. Phyna has never asked anybody, "Oh, do you think I'm too noisy? Should I tone it down?" The only person that she has had an almost similar conversation like that with is Groovy. And that's because that's the guy that she's kissing in the house. For anybody that Phyna is not kissing, for her, it's F you all. Then moving on to Allison, Jesus Christ. Allison, guys, I don't know these housemates from Adam. So at this point, I can't even tell if Allison is actually playing the strategy or if Allison is just naturally confused. She did, how do I even put it? Like she broke up with Adekunle, and then she's with Hermes now, and then she's also contemplating of breaking up with Hermes. And then she had a very good friendship with Doyin, and then she broke off with Doyin. It was now after they had a conversation at night that they now came back together. I mean, what kind of anyhow person is that, guys? To be very honest, I don't understand. And then last but not the least, Bryann. One thing I'm going to say about Bryann is that Bryann does not have emotional intelligence. For one person that really likes using the phrase emotional intelligence, that guy lacks it in all capacity. Bryann does not know how to talk. Bryann does not know how to speak with women. He presents himself to be a coward. You can only have the strength to attack ladies, but when it comes to guys, you don't have the balls to call out their bullshit. If that is a strategy, I don't know. If that is his true personality, I have no freaking idea whatsoever. But if really that is a strategy, then he is definitely shooting himself in the leg. Forget all the noise that his fans are making. It's not by having people that make noise. It's by having people that actually vote when it's time when it's time to vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop talking right here and I'm going to start sharing the link. So, if you have anything to contribute to this conversation, please just go ahead and immediately click on the link. All right. I would love to hear your own perspective about all what I have raised on this live stream. So, the link is in the comment section right now. Just go ahead and click on it and let me hear your own perspective. All right. So, who wants to go first? Just click on the link and I'm going to add you right away. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We're having some amazing folks right here. I'm super excited to see your faces. Okay. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
I am fine. I'm super excited to have you on here today. How are you? How's your weekend going?
I'm good, and the weekend is going. It's fine. It's fine. A bit stressful with school stuff, but it's going well.
Okay. I can barely hear you. I can barely hear you.
Oh,
All
oh,
right.
oh.
Okay,
Can
so
you
let's
hear
take
me
this
now?
again. Let's take this again. Yeah, I can hear you. All right. So, quickly, guys, I'm going to just give everybody 2 minutes each to speak so that every other person that wants to speak will have the chance to also express themselves. Okay. So, first of all, let's talk about Biggie's verdict. What do you think about Biggie's verdict all through the week?
Uh, you mean Big Brother's verdict?
His verdict, yes, his verdict with all the crimes that the housemates have been, causing all through the week.
I, for me, when I'm watch this week, when I've been watching everything that has been happening with Big Brother, it's like he's scared of those housemates. It's like he's scared of like acting tough with them. It's like I don't know how. I don't know. It's just being too unfair with some of the housemates. Like we give like for Chichi, he gave that punishment. It just got to me when Chichi didn't get the strike for what she did. From there, I stopped following Big Brother. I just come to your channel and just watch videos.
Are you serious? You were that upset?
I'm serious, Glory. I even canceled my show Max because it just got to me. I was like, what is this nonsense now with Chichi's action and stuff? But I just can't watch on your on your channel and Twitter and Facebook. That's it.
Wow. Wow. That's really intense. Okay, so what about his verdict with Shags and Bella? What do you think about that?
Shags and Bella, I don't know who said this was who came with this matter of fact eviction, but I wanted it to be real. Because Shag and Bella, they need to leave that house. They just with the food situation, they are so entitled to the to other people's stuff. They think it's their house. So they're like the king and the queen of the house trying to take over. And I love what Cheesy is doing with them. Whatever Cheesy said, Cheesy is always right.
Okay, okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me quickly move on to Timothy. Hi, Timothy.
Hi, Glory.
How are
Hi,
you?
Glory. I'm okay.
How are
Glad to
you?
see you here. Greetings from Uganda.
Thanks for joining all the way from Uganda. Sorry, just hold on 1 second. I don't know what's wrong with this network connection. Okay, I think it's stable now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Oh, great, great, great. All right, let's start with Biggie's verdict. What do you think about Biggie's verdict and punishment to Chi and also with Shags and Bella?
Thank you, Glory. I think Biggie has been so lenient because, like you well explained, when you look at Beauty's case and you compare it with Chichi's scenario as well, it's almost the same thing. I mean, Chichi almost grabbed, the fellow housemate's hair and the face, and Biggie comes and says he's just going to give her a serious punishment. Really? That thing even deserved a strike for crying out loud. And he has no idea how it actually affected many people who are many viewers out there. You know, he
Mm-hmm.
was too lenient. He was too lenient. In other words, it's like he gave her a go ahead to continue doing the same thing. So I've really not understood what's going on. Maybe like you said, he felt that the punishment he gave Beauty was too much. It was overboard. Maybe that's why he kind of became a bit, lenient on Chichi. But to be honest, it was so unfair. It was so
Yeah,
unfair. And then
right.
I would like to briefly talk about Shags and Bella. Those two, I'm now getting convinced that it's actually a strategy of them, especially Shags, to be extremely narcissistic, and
Mm,
manipulative because that guy is just so annoying. He's terribly annoying. And I believe he's not so much in love with Bella. He's even using her as a strategy,
yeah,
and the one has gaslighted each and every housemate, taking all those guys on his side and, worshipping him as the Lord. He's just so
yeah,
annoying. Yeah, so
exactly,
Chloe, I love you
exactly.
so much. Thank you so much. And don't give a damn to those who are, dragging you. You're doing the right job. I can assure you.
Thank you so much, Timothy. Thank you so much. And you know what? Thanks for expressing your opinion, right? Your sentiments towards Biggie's verdict because I feel like they need to know, the organizers of the show, they need to know how people react to every single decision that they take, with regards to the show, the housemate, everything. So thank you so much. Let me quickly move on to Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Hello.
Glory.
How are you?
Hi, Glory. I'm
Hi,
fine,
how are
thank you. How
you?
you doing?
I'm
I'm
doing
fine,
great.
thank you. We're always
Okay,
fighting wars in the comments during the week. It's crazy.
my dear, YouTube is even nice. When I'm on Twitter, it's an entirely different ball game, but it's fine. I'm enjoying it. Okay, so let's start with Biggie's verdict. What do you think? Hello, Deborah. Ah, is Deborah still here? Okay, we're just gonna quickly move on to Missy. Hi, Missy. Are you ready to speak?
Yes, I'm ready to speak, Glory. Good
Hello?
afternoon. How are you doing?
Hi, good afternoon. Okay, Missy, I think we have Deborah back. Guys, we need to try and be fast, okay, because there are a lot of people that are here as well that
Hi,
need to
Glory.
speak,
Sorry,
okay?
I think it was my network connection. Sorry, it was my network connection that bumped me out.
Okay.
Sorry. So, you have a question for me, right?
Yes, I asked you what you thought about Biggie's verdict, Chichi, Shags and Bella, and also the housemate microphone
Well, I think
infringement.
yeah. Yes, I think aside Beauty getting disqualified from the beginning of this show, the Biggie of this season. In fact, I've been having doubt if it's the same Biggie from previous season because he's been overly lenient. Yes, from previous seasons, the microphone infringement definitely gives you a strike. I'm
Mm-hmm.
tired of hearing Amaka, this is a microphone infringement warning. Oh, I'm tired of hearing that every time.
Okay.
It's tiring already. Oh, final. Next minute we hear final. It's tiring already. And Sheggz and Bella, I did not expect, what's it called? Apology.
Okay. Please continue. Um, okay, Deborah, this is what we're going to do so that we move on fast, okay? Please work on your network connection, okay? You can always come back, click on the link, come back, and I'll definitely add you again. All right? So we're going to quickly move on to Missy. Missy, are you ready to speak?
Yeah, Glory,
Hello.
I'm ready to speak. Good
All right,
afternoon. This is my
Missy. I'm going to
first
do the
time
same
joining your
question as
live.
you.
Yeah, I just said let me try to join. Like I usually join your live, but I've never tried to join the studio room to speak. I just listen and hear people talk. But today it's good being here. So hope you're doing good. You're doing good, by the way,
Thank
your
you.
work and all. And
Yeah.
thanks for all you bring to the table. So thanks a lot for that. Um on Biggie's verdict this week is just so annoying, especially with the lousy apology from Shegs and Bella, especially Shegs. Not to say Bella is any better, but it's just so painful to see that it looks like some people are being favored over the other. That's what is looking like. How can you just tell them to apologize to their partners? Meanwhile, you've made them lost confidence, you've made them lost money. Because I know those tasks, especially the one they were Shegs was paired with Fina would have aced that task. And then for Chichi. I expected double strikes, and not even one, but at least a strike would have gone um, with that attitude that she displayed. So I think that was totally unfair. And then all the warning, like Deborah was trying to say, all the warning that he's been given for microphone phone infringement is just not called for. People like me, I'm beginning to get tired and bored of watching the show as I used to. In fact, the beginning of the season, I was geared up, I was excited, I was looking forward to see, oh, there's a whole lot of twists, a change from what we used to have years back. But all of that is being watered down by Biggie's attitude, verdicts, and all. It's making the show not seem like it does not have the credibility that it should have, because it's a social experiment, yeah, but people should also come out with something. Viewers should be able to say this is right, this is wrong. It shouldn't be a case of, yes, he's violent or he's insulting, then he's doing well, and then his fan base keeps growing. That's total crap. So yeah, and then Sorry, I'm just going away from your question. I just need to mention that Chizzy is doing the Lord's work, and I'm happy he's doing that. And he shouldn't even stop. I hope he doesn't. I know he doesn't look like one that will back down. He'll just sit back and re-strategize and come back. I hope he gets all the support he needs from Biggie. Thank you. Let me not take other people's time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Missy. Thank you so much for pointing out all those areas. Thank you so much. All right, let's quickly move on to Chigoze Destiny. Hi, Chigoze.
Hi,
Unmute.
Gloria. How would I say hello from somewhere
Good
far
to have
away?
you here.
One of your biggest fan. Straight away to the question, I will say something. Biggie is not nice this season. Biggie is not nice. I, for once, don't like the punishment given to Chichi. It's not really a good punishment. She deserves a strike, for God's sake. It's the same thing that Beauty did and got a strike and got disqualified. I mean, like, even other seasons, Tata did the same thing and got disqualified. So, like, she deserves a strike. And also, let me not waste time coming to Shags and Bella issue. Man, I would say I had high expectations for those two persons. I was ready to stand them this season, but they just disappointed me. I'm just really, really disappointed in what they're doing. As for Biggie's verdict on them, they shouldn't have gotten that verdict. At least a punishment should follow suit because they broke the chances of other housemates getting something out of that tax, and it's not really fair on those that housemates. As for those people who keep trashing you on Twitter, please leave them. I see some of those comments. I try to reply them, but I'm not really a violent person like that. So I just leave that. They're not really my problem. Uh, for me, yeah, I don't say I keep on telling people who wants to listen that Sheggz is playing a strategy with Bella, and this thing might end up like a Rose situation. It might really end up like that. And what you said, I didn't really realize it. What you said about Bella being vulnerable as of yesterday morning, a bit today's morning. I've not been following up. I just follow up. I follow up with the show from your channel. That's why I don't really have time to come and start watching it 24 hours. I know that your analysis are very technical and very correct because I've been following you from last year. I started following your channel last year. So I've been excited about it. So Bella is going to really be heartbroken after the show if Sheggz does not continue the relationship. I'm really,
Yeah.
really hoping she can able to recover from that. As for the frontal lady, like you always call her, I think it's high time she leaves the house. There is nothing really she's doing there. Even the Rachel of 18 that promised us heaven and earth, they're not really doing anything. So for me, for somewhere far, far away, thank you for what you do. I'm one of your biggest fans, and I'll always be first to comment. Thank you. See ya.
Thank you so much, Chigozie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's quickly move on to Samuel. Samuel, are you ready to speak? Hello, Samuel. Okay, we're gonna have to move on to someone else. Purity, are you ready to speak? Hello, Purity. Okay, we're gonna move on to Fifi. Hi, Fifi. Are you ready to speak?
How are you?
Hi. How are you, Fifi? How are
Hello.
you?
I'm
Hi, I
fine.
can hear
How are
you.
you?
I'm good.
Mm.
I'm good.
You
Okay,
can hear
Fifi,
me
let's talk about
good.
the fight. Let's talk about the fight. Can you
Pardon?
hear me? Let's
Yeah, I
talk
can
about
hear
the
you.
fight. Can you? Okay. All right.
Fight.
About the fight.
Mm.
Can you hear me?
The fight in the house. Yeah. I think I have bad network, but I can hear you now.
Okay, okay. I was talking about the fight. Let's talk about the fight between Amaka, Bryann, Modella, and Daniela. What do you think about it? Do you think Amaka had it coming? Do you think it was a gang up from those other three people against Amaka? What are your thoughts about it?
Um, I really do think it was a gang up, to be precise. Because if I can just rewind back to the fight that Amaka had with with Daniela about the whole Bailey's thing. The way I understood it, Daniela had her money, she bought what she wanted. And Amaka kept explaining to these guys that the same way you got that money, ordered your donuts and kept them for yourself, is the same way I ordered Bailey's for myself. But I could share if I wanted, but it didn't mean that it's mandatory for her to share with everyone. So I felt like Amaka got misunderstood from the get-go. And then for when it came to that fight she had with Bryann, Modella, and I think Daniela too. Unfortunately, like I didn't watch the thing, but then I watched your video, and my opinion in that fight, I thought that those guys really ganged up. I felt like it was unfair. I felt like they just didn't want to understand her. They just wanted, to like have her be the bad guy, paint her as the bad guy in this whole scenario, especially Bryann and Modella. I really don't know what it is about those two, but yeah, that's what I felt about. For once, I was on Amaka's side in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying that, oh, because Amaka is a gossip, that is why what those other people did to her that night was actually right, And I was of the opinion that, okay, why don't we learn to judge a matter as it is happening? Then, if there's any need to refer back to the past, we can as well go ahead. Now, just to tweak a bit the cause of the Bailey fight, all right, so that we can get it straight. Now, this is how they actually explained it. So they contributed money whilst they were still level 2 housemates. They contributed money together. They spent money in buying the general supplies of the house for food. And then they needed to buy some frivolity that they had. It's just like some treats for individual usage, right? So everybody had something different that they wanted. Daniela wanted ice cream and I think burger or donut. Yeah. Okay, donut. Bryann wanted vodka. Amaka wanted Bailey, but then they told her that she could not have Bailey all by herself, that she needed to merge with someone else. So she had merged with Modella to have the Bailey. Okay. So when the Bailey came, Amaka and Modella, they had shared the bottle of Bailey. Modella was busy drinking hers. Amaka, on the other hand, simply because the money is a general contribution from everybody, she had gone ahead to, share her own portion of the Bailey to people. And then what was left for her to consume, she had given bits of it to her fellow roommates who are level 1 housemates. That's giving fire quite naturally because they are getting to know each other as a couple. And then Adekunle tasted out of it. And then Dotun also tasted out of it just because they are friends, right? And personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because she had shared with the people that needed to be shared with. Now, the bone of contention for Daniela is that her money is inside the thing that they bought. So Amaka should have come to ask her specially, are you going to drink? Now, this is the same person that is saying that she did not have any intention of drinking the alcohol because she used to drink alcohol, but then Khalid, we all remember, had told her, well, if you continue drinking, you have to break up. So my question is, if you know you're not going to drink the alcohol, number one, why are you making a big deal out of it? Number two, the ice cream and the donuts you bought, did you go around sharing it with all the rest of your fellow housemates? The vodka that Bryann bought, did he share it with everybody? Ilibaye had ordered for baby oil before she was evicted. Did they decide to share that oil with everybody? So that was my own bone of contention as well. Like, why is Amaka's own situation a big deal? So that was how this whole thing happened. That was how they explained it. Phyna explained the same thing. What's her name? Daniela was explaining the same thing, but her own bone of contention was that she should have been asked. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing your own perspective about that, Fifi. Let's quickly move on to Willie. Hi, Willie. Willie, you can unmute so we can hear you. You have to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you.
Hi, Glory. Good evening.
Hi, how are you, Willie?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you clearly. So let's talk about the food situation in the house. Level 1 housemate, bullying level 2 housemate, and I don't want to use the word steal, right? But rather just taking their food like that. Now, some people are of the opinion that, oh, it's Biggie's house, people should be free to eat whatever they want. Then other people like me are of the opinion that, okay, well, whilst the level one housemates are busy fighting for immunity, these people are busy fighting for survival. That's for food. So, what are your thoughts about that?
See, my thought is that these housemates, they don't have respect, regard for Biggie at all. Even though Biggie has given instruction that they should beg for food, or if they want, if level two housemates want to give them, or if they don't want to give them, okay, they went to arena now. Biggie brought it out, brought all the food out. 2 years are still fighting about it, and Bella and Sheggz is the audacity for me. Like they are too arrogant. Bella will just be insulting, insulting, and Sheggz will just be backing her or backing her. The thing is just so annoying. I just don't understand what is happening in that. Biggie will give instruction. They will not follow it, as in, what will he even do to me? Sef? Like, I don't even understand what's going on in that. Okay, these people are the ones that have the food. Like when they brought the whole food on Monday, before you know, everything got finished. I was like, since this thing started, I've been watching it, and it's not like this people used to do. Then what's not happening? Okay, now let's go back to Amaka and Daniela. Daniela and she just argued that she contributes money. She contributes money, and in all the conversations I'm hearing, Daniela did not contribute money. She bought her own things, but now she's saying that she contributes money. Even last night, I mean, early hours of this morning, she was still saying it to Phyna again that she contributes money. She contributes. Okay, you know you are not drinking. Modella drank her own alone. She didn't give anybody. Now, instead of you to go and meet Modella now, you came to meet Amaka. You are quarreling with Amaka as if you are scared of Modella. You are scared to go and confront Modella. You don't want to go and meet her to be a bad person to her. Then you want to be a bad person to Amaka just be causing unnecessary drama in the house. And what happened again earlier? Is it today or last night? Cheesy and Shags and Bella. Every time they're having issue, nobody will come out apart from Cheesy. Then at the back, they will go and be saying, say different of things. But when the thing is going on, mostly that Bryann, when the thing is going on, they will not see anything. Just so annoying. At times, I will just like pick something, I just turn up my television. Like, I'm tired of all these people because the thing is giving me issue. I woke up this morning with serious headache because I was just complaining. I was complaining. What is happening? What is happening? Every day I wake up with headache. Because big brother, they don't have the guy. Okay, so what happened to what happened about Shishi and Diana? Actually, that thing that she did, that market, this one is not even. This one is Besu. Besu. I don't know if you know any marketing worry that they call it Besu. This one is Besu market woman. It's not Lagos or any classic market at all. This thing is just remember what end is now. They gave her serious warning. Serious
Thank you
warning.
so much.
Now I swear, the thing is so annoying. They are doing tax now. Biggie gave all of
Yeah.
the instruction. Amaka is in the kitchen toasting
Eh,
bread. When they see everybody face, Bella and Sheggz are in the bedroom. Both they do like this. They sleep. They don't obey Biggie. I don't understand. I don't know what's wrong with our big brother. I don't know. This thing is very annoying.
Thank you so much.
It's
Thank you so
annoying.
much. You see the way you're venting right now. That was the exact same way I've been feeling this entire week. I have been
I mean,
so
say your
upset.
brother. Like, I don't understand. This thing is annoying. Seriously. I wish I can just
Yeah,
call Ebuka or call that. I don't understand what is happening. One name people say this thing. Uh-uh. This thing is so annoying.
anyway,
Me off. I
anyway,
swear, I'm
anyways,
just
thank you so much, really. Thank you so much, really. I just want to quickly bring up something here. I'm seeing some comment here. Someone just reminded us that talking about the destruction of Biggie's property during the arena, during the housemate workout session, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday. I don't know how many of you are aware that Sheggz had actually broken Biggie's wall. Now, if you all recall, during the Shine Your Eye season, Michael was overly emotional, right? Biggie had played the song, He was overly emotional, thinking about how far he had come in his life, how his dad had been sick, all the things that had been happening to him. And caught in that moment, he had actually, thrown a punch into Bibi's wall, and it had actually busted the wall open. All right. Now, Michael, the very next day, had received a strike. So now, Shags had punched into, but I don't even know who he punched. He had destroyed Biggie's wall in the arena, and Biggie has not addressed it, number one. Number two, we are yet to hear anything about it. Bella had gone into the diary room and was begging Big Brother on behalf of Sheggz. Now, we've not heard any punishment that's coming from that effect. And then there's also Amaka almost setting Biggie's house on fire. Now, the punishment that Biggie had given, it was a punishment that is now affecting everybody in the house. And I'm wondering, okay, this is Amaka's wrongdoing. Why does the entire house have to suffer for Amaka's wrongdoing? What if Big Brother, because now Big Brother's punishment is that they are not to use the microwave oven anymore. I don't know many of you have seen the way the housemates have been microwaving their food from the fridge. In fact, the other day, I think it was yesterday, they returned from a task, and by the time they went to check the fridge, all the food that they had put inside the fridge, they had actually taken away the food. So I'm thinking, okay, this is one person that's consistently breaking the rules. And now Big Brother, in a bid to punish this person, is extending the punishment to the entire house. How does that even make sense? So thank you so much, Willie. Going to quickly move on to Daniel. I'm seeing Daniel shaking his head. Daniel, I know you have a lot to say. Let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, thank you, Glory. I'm really grateful to be on this live. It's very, very good. I just think that this season is kind of very mentally overwhelming. I'm always I'm so angry sometimes. But like, what's going on? In fact, it's different behaviors, even from the people I support, and they are messing up. I'm like, oh my God. But what I like to touch on is Biggie's leniency. I don't know why he feels that being lenient is the best way to go in those situations. Because if you look at it, you find out that some of those things, as you mentioned, that were punished. And you mentioned Michael. I think there was also somebody who last season who mistakenly removed maybe a picture frame or something from the wall.
Yeah, that was Saga.
Yes, he removed it and he got a strike for it. So the thing now is, I don't know what's happening. I made a comment the other time that is it because of image or sponsors. They don't want to make it a show of offenders getting reprimanded for bad behavior. So the show is now synonymous with bad behavior. Probably they don't want to, because once something happens like that and they need to give a strike, it's going to go out everywhere on social media. Oh, they gave this person a strike. I mean, see Beauty's disqualification. It went all over social media, went into news. Yeah, so they don't want to attract such negativity to them. So they are trying to make sure they minimize it. That's just the only reason I think Biggie is, because I don't see anything wrong in giving 2, 3, 4 people strikes. I mean, it doesn't matter. These people have gone against the rules. Give them strikes, because now it's affecting the house. Everybody is behaving any way they like, thinking, oh, I only get a warning. I only get a warning. Just do that, I feel Biggie needs to re-strategize on his punishment, the way he treats indiscipline in the house. Then another thing is Shags and Bella. I just need to touch it before I go. I think Sheggz is playing a very good game. As you said, it is very intelligent, and unfortunately, anybody that is going to form an alliance with him will be sucked into his strategy.
True.
In fact, if you form an alliance with Sheggz, Sheggz is going to dominate you. You are going to you can't survive it. So I'm pitying people like Bryann. They should better retract and get out of that alliance, because there's no how to defeat Sheggz without. But they don't know. They are in the house. They can't see. We can see it. So I think they really need to do something about their strategy. I hope maybe they just have a dream and somebody just talks to them in the dream or something. Because really it's not really so detailed. Right. I really like Bryann, The reason why level two housemates were really loved at the beginning of the show was because of the energy housemates like Bryann, Phyna, Amaka, and even Beauty brought to the show. I mean, like, oh, level two, and now they are getting Bryann is getting sucked into by Sheggz. It's really unfortunate. Well, I just and let other people talk. It's nice being
No,
on the
but
show.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, Daniel. I love the areas that you pointed out, especially the area of, the show not being a show for offenders, from the organizer's perspective. And, my response to that, I feel like if that is how the organizers are looking at it, then they are obviously shooting themselves in the leg. Because it's better to actually punish those who break the rules that they have created to guide and regulate the excesses of the housemates on the show than to not at all give the appropriate punishment that should be meted out to such offenses, right? Now, instead of them painting that image of, oh, the show is not like this, it's not portraying the show in a negative light. Because now people are feeling okay, probably the likes of Shags and Bella, because of the people they have in their circle, in their social circle, or they probably have some sort of investment on the show. I don't know if you've seen such speculations like that flying around on the internet this week. There's been a lot of negative speculations about the show, and I'm wondering how the organizers are taking such speculations. And the funny thing is, such speculations, they come up almost every season during the Pepperem Gang season. It came up that season about Mercy Eke. Mercy Eke committed one or two offenses and she was allowed to stay, and then she emerged the winner. That one was so glaring. People had a lot to say. And then we're seeing the same thing happening again this season. And the annoying part is that the housemates that are involved in all of these offenses, there's no form of remorse at all. I mean, it was the audacity of Shags and Bella and even Hianis that right after Big Brother had reprimanded the level one housemates against bullying the level two housemates and stealing their food supplies, these two people, I mean, these three people, they literally went again to one, ask for. Some people are saying, oh, they asked Daniela and Bryann. Well, it was the way, their manner of approach. We are hungry. We want to eat. We see food. We will eat it. Like, did you win any wager that you are using no form of entitlement to come and collect food? Anyways, thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to May. All right. Hi, May.
Hey, Chloe. How are you?
I am happy to see you. I'm happy to see you all the way from BB's season. You are absolutely welcome again. How are you, May?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm great. It's been a
Yeah,
while. Can you see
I've
Latricia
been
down there?
trying
Can you see her?
you. I'm still Nutricia. I've been trying. I'm like, oh my gosh, BBN, it's so hectic. Like, you trying to log in and they like, the host is like it's full and all of that. And I keep on trying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to talk to Chloe.
I'm glad you're here now. I'm glad you're here now. Okay, let's quickly move on to other conversations, all right? Let's move to the power tussle between the red room and the orange room. I don't know if you are familiar with the faces that are in these two rooms. What do you think is
I'm
happening there? What do you think is happening there?
I'm not sure of the colors, but I know the room where the Shags and Bella and Daniela and where they
That's
were
the red
bullying
room.
Amaka from. That's the red room.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh, that room is hectic. Like Shags and Bella have swallowed everyone, even the level two housemates. They're no longer like there's no spirit of togetherness that they used to. Like they would
yeah,
cook for every housemate in the level two before, but now they're almost like even I trusted Doyin when she was in level two, I mean level one. But now since she's been in this level up along with Sheggz and them in the room, it's almost like Sheggz, like Daniel was saying, Sheggz strategy swallows up everyone. It's like one thing, and they seen how strong it is, so much that every housemate is moving towards it. Is gravitating towards the schedule. And with the other room, I can see that there's just two. Because I think Phyna and Amaka, they're in that room, and Cheesy. So those are all strong characters, and they clash. All of them, they clash together. So they can't form some sort of a union or a pact to go against that negative strategy in the other room where Sheggz is you can say he's almost controlling everyone in there. I wish they can. The Amaka, Phyna, and Cheesy in this other bedroom, they can just combine and just fight over this thing, because they're even from the same level, and they know that right now, from what I'm seeing, Cheesy is taking all the heat. Like, he's almost like a big brother in the house that is fighting for level 2 housemates. Because this thing of the food fight, oh my gosh. I don't know how is it Bryann and all of them are just letting these people just take away their food. I mean, food, it gives you that strength. It gives you that passion for you to be able to fight and be able to be active in the game. But now, if you're going to just let everyone take your food when you fought so hard for it, I just don't get it. That's how I see it with all of that. The only thing that I'm sad about is that not Daniela, Diana, she's a bit quiet and reserved, and being in that room, it's just gonna make it worse. Because I saw her during the week speaking with Amaka, and Amaka was trying to motivate her and all of that. Like, you love skin product and all of that. So if you don't speak, no one is gonna speak for you. You need to stand up for your own. I understand you with the same star signs, but it's not like I'm gonna go and fight for you. You need to fight your own battle and not just go into your shell and all of that. I think being in that room as well is affecting her negatively, and it's almost going to do it to everyone in that room. As you can see, Bryann already, he can't speak up. He sees things, and he's just, he just, it's almost like he goes into his shell. But when the likes of Amaka and Phyna are speaking, he just goes all strong, like all manly on them and trying to fight them. But he's unable to voice up the right things that he's supposed to fight for. That's just, I don't get it why they are letting this strategy from Sheggz to swallow them up so much that they can't even say what they are. And I just hope Ebuka is gonna question them, because it's really, especially with the way Biggie addressed it, and still they had to fight about it again. And with the likes of Hems and Sheggz fighting over it. And you saw how Bella was eating in front of Cheesy. I'm like, I don't know, maybe Cheesy, this is some sort of a strategy, because he went and fought with them, and then he came back and just watched them doing that. It's like he was trying to make sure that Biggie sees what they are doing after he's reprimanded them, but they're still doing that. So he was just maybe shining a light into what they are doing, so that Biggie will not just oversee that like he's been doing. I mean, I just don't get it now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lee. That's very, very spot on. That's very spot
Thank
on.
you.
And I like what you said about, how Sheg's strategy is really sucking in the other housemates around him. And there's something interesting as well that people have not noticed about Sheg's strategy. What it does is it sucks you in. It swallows up your original energy, and then it begins to breathe out toxicity through you. Now, it's all a game, it's all a strategy. And for him to be able to do that, using other housemates around him to fight his battles, it takes a lot. Now, this is
Yes.
not me giving Sheggz too much credit. This is not me making him look like he's a genius in that house. No. Sometimes he does it unconsciously. But then what he is doing is it's like the power of repetition. You are constantly repeating the same thing to someone. It's like when when you are talking to a woman, you are wooing the
Yes.
woman, and you're constantly
Yes.
telling her, "I love you, I'll never leave you. I love you, I'll never leave you." That's the same
Yes.
thing he has done to Bella. So
But it's
now Bella is scared. He has
mm,
gotten into Bella's head. Yesterday morning, it was insane. Bella was looking so scared and vulnerable that Shags had to 1 million and one times over again remind Bella that, babe, I'm not leaving you. Did I tell you I'm leaving you? And she was looking scared because she knows that she has actually created a lot of enemies in the house, courtesy of Shags. So if Shags breaks up with her, instantly, she's going to be left on her own to start fighting all the battles that she has on
yes.
grounds around her, you know? And so we see that element of protection that Shed gives to Bella especially. Now, that's the mistake that Bryann, Daniela, Modella, Doyin are making. They think that Shed is also going to extend that same hand of protection to them. But he's never going to do that.
No,
See,
no, no,
this is
not
what
at
I'm
all.
saying. Bella is Shek's ultimate strategy. If it now
Mm,
happens that he uses her till the end and then probably gets through to top five, trust me, if push comes to shove, Shek is going to shove out Bella to get the 100 million. And that's not
definitely,
me. That's a fact.
definitely,
He has said
definitely.
it several times that he wants the money. He wants to get the money, you
And he
know.
says it's
So,
rich.
yeah, he says it. All right, May. Thank you so much, May. Let's quickly move on to Maho. I'm gonna see you around. If you're still around, then you can still join much later. Okay? All right. Bye. Maho, are you ready to
Hi,
speak?
Glory.
Hello. How are you?
Fine. My name's Maro.
Maro.
Maro. Yes. It's okay.
How are you? I'm so sorry.
Thank
How are
you.
you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you, Glory?
I'm doing great. Thanks for joining the conversation.
Yes. Well,
Okay. Go
you
on.
have
Go
a
on.
question for me?
I do, but let me hear what you have to say first.
I was going to talk about cheesy. I love cheesy. In fact, I'll be screaming, Big Brother, please make cheesy a real housemate. He will win that 100 million. Oh my god. I feel so pained that nobody else can see what cheesy is seeing and actually
Yeah.
support him. I feel
Yeah.
Cheesy is a one man army. And like you said, the fact that Cheesy kept mute yesterday really hurt my feelings. I was like, Cheesy, why are you quiet? Please talk to these people. Let them understand where you're coming from. And the fact that the likes of Giddy Fire, Bryann are just keeping quiet. And when it's time to actually fight, they are just there looking. Giddy Fire is always, no, I don't want to get into any kind of trouble. And like, Giddy Fire, this is the time that you should talk. The likes of Bryann is always getting to fight. He only has I feel like Bryann only has power when it's a woman that that is in the midst of the circumstance. But if it comes to a man, he's
Exactly.
always very mute. And that is always so painful. It's always painful. And when Big
Yeah.
Brother gave Chichi a serious warning, I felt so pain because I was like, Big Brother, it's the same Article 18 used in giving Beauty a disqualification. So how can you quote the same Article 18 and say you're giving a serious warning and not even a strike? So I feel like Big Brother really needs to work on punishing this house. Like May said, his leniency is actually allowing them get a lot. And I feel like if Big Brother cannot met out the right punishment, when he now begins to give out the right punishment to certain housemates, if you're in the audience you feel like it's unfair, because
Yeah.
if you could not be strict to one, why would you now decide you want to be strict with another person? So
Exactly.
I feel like Biggie really needs to work on that. But with
Yeah.
Sheggz, I feel Sheggz is playing. In fact, the game that Sheggz is playing, I've never seen it before. I've never seen that kind of strategy before. I feel he's
Yeah.
doing so well. But then again,
Yeah.
like you said, I feel he should shoot him in the leg later. And for somebody who has said that he's confident and not arrogant, just hearing him talk to Cheesy yesterday made me feel like, guy, you're contradicting yourself. You
Yeah.
said you're confident and you're not arrogant, but this is you literally telling another human being that you believe that they are beneath you. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was so offended. I was so offended, Guri.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Maru. Now, let me just ask you this one final question. What do you think about doing switch?
Ah, Glory, that one pain me. Ah, God, no, 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 no. I don't understand what happened to Doing. You know, I feel doing somebody who wants to be friends with the big dogs by all means. You get?
Yeah.
So I was like, doing no, this is not it. This is not it. I feel she can see what's going on, but at the same time, she believes she needs people in her corner. She believes, when push comes to shove, I would say, okay, these people are my friends. I know these people will not put me up. But then again, she's going about it the wrong way. And I don't blame her though. In a house like Big Brother Nigeria, you really don't know what to expect. You would want to have a group of people beside to say, okay, these are my friends. But if she knows what Shags and Bella have been saying behind her back, I don't think she would go with that friendship. But let's just see how it goes out for doing.
All right. Thank you so much, Maro. Thank you so much. I'm seeing someone's comment out here in the comment section. I'm trying to see who wrote that comment, but it makes a lot of sense. This person is saying that her own interpretation of Cheesy's silence last night is that Cheesy was quietly observing Sheggz and Bella's countenance so that he could plan his next attack on them, which could be lethal. So I think I agree with that as well. I think I agree with that. All right, let's move on to Tina. Yeah. Hi, Tina.
Hi.
Tina, I
Hi.
hope you are not carrying AK-47 where you are.
Glory. I just woke up. I was sleeping and I woke up. I was like, what? It's so far. I quickly have like my face is so puffy. I would have put on my camera. I actually brought Amaro Cane to flog those housemates. Glory. These guys are irritating and so freaking annoying. God. My goodness. But anyways, how are you? I know you will
I'm
laugh.
good.
I know you
You know
will laugh.
what? I want to ask you about specific housemates, all right? So
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you to quickly, briefly analyze Modella, Daniela, and Joey, those three people.
Thank you very much. I even have my list here. I actually wrote Modella, Diana, Daniela, Amaka, all of them together.
We're in the
See, see. You see that caucus or caucus or whatever it is. I don't understand. One, I don't get it. Daniela is. I don't know. Last week when she was up, I was rooting for her. I was just praying, God, please, this girl should not go because she has so much to offer. But now she's not acting like doing one kind, being in people's business. You are Madam Advisor. It is you that will advise Groovy. It is you that will talk to Alison. It is you. I don't understand. And as for Modella, my goodness, Big Brother should please remove that girl this week. I don't care if there is no eviction. Modella should go. I don't understand what she's doing there. She's an instigator. Let me just say the truth because if you watch during the because I know you see everything like Big Brother. She was telling talking to Joey about Amaka. She's somewhat like Sheggz, but Sheggz does his own in a very everybody sees it in his character and everything. But Modella, when people are calling, she's not there. She wants to talk. She's the one corner acting like she's Madam. She's too good, goody two shoes. She has said a lot of things about Amaka and to Joey, and Joey now that thing is already that small hatred is already there. So Modella, I just see. Truth be told, I don't really like Modella like that. I don't like her when she dances as if she wants to blow you. She wants to beat you up. I don't get it. She's just. Oh God. This guy,
What about
this guy,
Daniela?
this guy.
What about Daniela?
And like I said, Daniela is. I don't know. Daniela. I think we are now seeing Daniela's true color. I think when Khalid was around, Khalid was able to tame her. She's in her own corner. Like Chichi is she's a very loud person. Yeah, but Daniela is not loud. But now we are seeing Daniela's true color. Daniela is everywhere, talking this, saying this, and she's only talking about Amaka. She should leave Amaka alone. We know Amaka has attitude problem, and Amaka is like how will I put it? She has this like don't come for me, I'll come for you attitude. People should leave her alone. It's her attitude. She will not change it for anybody. They should leave her alone. This purpose that they are putting together is really, really annoying. I have a lot to say, Glory. I have a lot to say. You see the one that busted my hair, right?
You know what? Tina, you know what? Very briefly, that a lot you
Okay.
have to say. Just compact it very briefly. All right.
Yes. I'm going to talk about the nominations. Glory, what's going on? Then doing nomination and everybody's taking it to the pinch of salt as if it's let me go and nominate. I've never seen housemates that are so
so I don't know what I can use a word that's going to be a very, very bad word, but they don't care. Big Brother will come and say something now that you think they'll be sober. For yeah, everybody will just continue like whatever, man. Big Brother, you can't do nothing, man. Everybody's just like they don't care. They went for nominations, everybody's nominating, and Big Brother switched the whole thing and said everybody's up. Everybody's just like, oh, whatever, man. Thank God it's everybody that is up. I wanted some people to feel the heat, like this Sheggz, that is mouth. I said I wasn't going to talk about Sheggz, but I have to. That his mouth is rolling like tap will not get control. It's now like it's so everybody's relaxed because I've calculated it that 21 people, how the possibility of me leaving is 1/10. So they don't care, and again, people that now busted my head and say there's no nomination. Big Brother, I don't understand. This week, I've been so upset. Anytime I look at, sometimes let me don't lie. I don't even bother watching. I just come and wait for you to just analyze and let me just come and listen to. Because if anytime I open my TV, I see some people, I don't vex. I don't understand. There's Bryann, that guy is a woman rapper. That guy is a woman rapper. Jokes apart, he's a woman rapper. When it comes to guys quarreling, he will not put his mouth. He'll be in one corner. Shalaye, so too much shalaye in the food basket. You talk too much. Shut up. Too much shalaye in the food basket. Shut up. If it's when it comes to Amaka, when it comes to Phyna, you go carry shoulder pad and like the way Phyna gave it to him. Give it to him in your life. Never you talk to me like that again. How dare you? How dare you? You're talking and he can shalaye too much shalaye in the food basket. Keep quiet. Shut up. We don't want to hear you. Then no, you don't laugh. It's not funny, but it's annoying. Then Hermes and Deji, all of them. I don't understand. Why are they stealing food? Why are they hoarding food? Big Brother. See, everybody has said it. Big Brother is too lenient. You keep food, you collect strike. You fight to collect strike. You give people strike. Don't be warning them. What are you warning? You're warning this and you're warning this and you're warning this. I thought they were going to give Titi like 2 strikes. But she collect 2 strikes. The people are saying it's warning. What do you care? That girl. Microphone infringement. They will not give them microphone infringement. I've seen Amaka challenge supposed to collect strike, and then just what Amaka is going to collect strike. For this microphone infringement, she doesn't listen. She's I don't tire. Then Groovy, let me calm down. Groovy, my love. Somebody is talking to your girlfriend anyhow, and you're just there shaking your head like a lizard that wants to go on heat, that is going on heat. I don't understand. How dare you talk to Bella like that? Shags will carry it on his head. He doesn't care to be disqualified. You are there. Someone is talking to him, and I like waiting that stood her ground. You don't it be like somebody can enter that Big Brother house and discipline all these people. I don't understand. Sometimes I just sit down and think, how did they select all these people? Because they went for psych evaluation and everything. How did they pick these people? Because they have this nonchalant attitude towards everything. Nothing they bother them. They don't care. Maybe tomorrow when the heat comes, they will bother, but they don't really care. They're just there. Hermes is just Hermes now. He has lost his game. He's not more winning. He's not more. The girls are even coming up, showing that I'm going to pack one corner. We go floor you. He's just there. Listen, my God. That one, he's tired of Hermes now. He wants to move on to who now? Deji? Hey, I hear you. I am tired. I am tired. Glory. Oh, I have plenty things. Modena should please go. You should go. And I know she's it.
I know what's going to happen. Just calm down. There's still time. We're still here. Let some other people speak. You can join again later so we continue. Because you see how these things are saying here? I did more than this during the week. I was angry. Like I took this show so fast now. I was almost giving myself a headache. These housemates so annoying. But Big Brother was really annoying me the most because I felt like people were taking that long route to misbehave and do whatever they want to do. So now it's looking at
Big Brother wants them to come and put their hand in his eyes first before he will not say, okay, all of you people take strike. One strike, everybody. Maybe they will sit up. I'm tired. Tired.
Thank you so much, Phyna. Let's quickly move on to someone else. Thank you so much. Okay, let's move on to Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Glory. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm hungry, but I'm good.
Please be angry. Tell us why you're angry. Express your anger.
Honestly, I really don't know where to start from. But let me put this out there. I think Biggie deserves all what he's getting. I won't lie to you. He deserves everything because he's the cause of this whole thing. If he had continued the way he started with Beauty, I think all these housemates won't be this. Don't let me use a very bad language. But all these housemates will have comport themselves, not really go back into their shells, but they will have respected him more. Like
Yeah.
example now, the tax they gave them, the tax they are doing now, Amaka
Yeah.
is so annoying. Jesus Christ. She's oh God of mercy. As in this week was just the worst week in the entire Big Brother that I've seen so far because when it got to on Tuesday, I had to like stop. I'm always like 24 hours watching, not really 24 hours, but my TV is always on, even at the background. I'm always like seeing clips and all that. But this week I had to like stop that when it got to like Tuesday because I was having a very, very severe headache and I started using pain relief. And when I noticed it's because of Big Brother Niger, I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. You people cannot be giving me headache because it's not that we are sharing the money. You are not going to give me out of this money. So why will I now develop hypertension because of Big Niger? I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. So I reduced my watching of Bbnaija. But at the same time, honestly, all these housemates, like what Tina has already, she has mentioned everything that I wanted to say. But Amaka needs to understand if Biggie did not give Amaka like a strike or two, she won't really sit up. I think she's getting tired already. Maybe she wants to go home. Biggie needs to ask her, do you want to go home or something? Because she's just all this nonchalant attitude. This is not the Amaka that we saw the first, second week. This week is just the worst week of Amaka's game. Then for Shags and Bella, Jesus Christ, Jesus. I think Sheggz needs to go to the empty floor. Is it the level 1 or that one that they left?
Yeah.
Shags and Bella needs to go there and just start their own Bbnaija because I don't understand them. And the audacity that Sheggz has, I don't understand. Sometimes I just wonder because I'm in UK and I just wonder sometimes that wait, guys are not, at least the guys that I know here are not like this. Why will you now start bragging? I don't understand. It's not that your dad is the Dangote that we all know, or your dad is the $100 that we all know. We don't know your father. You came to this show. That is where we even know you. It's not that we knew you from football, that this is like our drug bar, this is our JJ Okocha. Then you are nobody before you came to BB. You now came to BB and started bragging. Oh, you have this. Oh, your father is this. Oh, your mom is this. You don't have to do that because that will even work against you. I'm very sure Nigerians will be like, oh, this one has everything. You are not going to win this money. So that's it for Bella and Sheggz. I don't even want to talk about Bella because that one she's not existing in my own diary. She's not existing. Then for Doyin, please, I think we need to get boyfriend or something for Doyin so that he should get her occupied. Honestly, we need to arrange someone. Maybe Biggie should just please send someone new inside so that just tell the person your assignment is just deal with Doyin. Please just keep her occupied because I don't understand. Today you will say something that makes sense. Tomorrow you will say rubbish. As in the way she backbite is on another level. You can't even have a friend like that. Just watch your back because she will stab you like that guy. She will stab you anyhow. Then also, our fake housemates, Modella, please. I think Biggie needs to just send her home. I don't even want to know if there is eviction or not. Just say, Modella, you are hereby, please. Just exit BB house. I don't understand. Please, just don't even pack your things. Just leave. They will pack your things for you. I don't understand. Then please, Bryann. Oh my Jesus, Bryann. Well, I won't really fault Bryann. I think he's the youngest. I think 21 or 20 something. So I won't really fault him. He's still a teenager. So he's just He's still a teenager, honestly. So I won't really fault him. So it's just that he's so rude. Then I will understand at the same time. All these teenagers that we have out there, they are so rude. They don't really respect anyone. So I won't fault him in that aspect. Then Hermes, Oga Hermes, Jesus Christ. Mr. Hermes should go and calm down. Oh, that guy should go and calm down. Because I don't know. His entitlement, the audacity that he has in that house. I think he believes, maybe he has seen the future that, oh, he has so many fans outside. So whatever he does in the house, he can just do it and just go scot-free. Because I don't understand the toxicity of this Bbnaija housemate this year. Jesus Christ. I've never seen it before in the history of Bbnaija. I'm very sure all the organizers they will be tired, like, oh God, what did we put ourselves into this year? What kind of nonsense?
Tommy, let
Yeah.
me make you laugh as you'll be cracking us off. I saw a comment on my video this morning. Someone said the way these housemates are testing Big Brother, they want Big Brother to reveal himself.
Honestly, very soon you just see Big Brother walk into the house and be like, are you people all right? I'm the Big Brother. You are stressing me. You guys are stressing me. You are giving me a headache. Because I don't understand. Then for Chichi needs not go home, but she needs like double strike. That girl, I don't understand. Well, at the same time, she's not doing all this for us. She's doing it for the people in the all our politician people. Because I don't understand. Those are the people that can only accommodate all this nonsense that she's doing. You have the audacity. Honestly, people that gave you what's it called? Tax to do. You are still complaining that, oh, Big Brother now, I'm doing it. And you the same person that's saying she's doing it. She was the one that went to sit with Phyna and Groovy and started gisting, saying rubbish outside at their lounge at the what did they call
And then he
their
started crying. You know, our tears now
Please, is she not writing it now? She has finished the whole book. She's now on the second one. Is she not writing it? So I don't understand. Honestly, Biggie needs to just go back to his board and start drawing something else. Maybe if he gives every one of them strike, maybe they will cool down. Or just evict everyone you want to evict and bring fresh people. Let's see new faces. It's true. It's true because they believe they are just indisposable. Then nobody can. Honestly, if Biggie like next week say 6 of you go home and that same week bring like another 2-4 people in, then maybe the other ones that are still in will sit up like, oh, we can go home next week. Oh, don't let us. Biggie can just let us go anytime. Honestly, because it's annoying.
Tommy,
Yes.
you know when you joined this conversation, you sounded very calm. But you
Honestly,
came
I'm not
about
calm because they're giving me a headache. I need to stress their brain too. I need to stress them. It's annoying.
You know what?
It's
You know
very
what? Calm
annoying.
down. Calm down, Tommy. Calm down, Tommy.
Okay.
Listen, one thing I really hope for is that at least the organizers they are listening to all of these rants and
Yeah.
vents from the viewers, because I mean what we're doing right now, what you are ranting about, a lot of people have been ranting this entire week. And people wonder why people are ranting. I mean, it's a show number one, and people are heavily invested emotionally, with their time. And so people are really expecting a lot of things from the show. And so if all of these lapses are still happening and Biggie is not doing anything about it, it discredits the show, right?
Yeah.
It sets the show on a negative light. So really, thank you so much, Tommy, and thank you for bringing so much laughter and joy
Honestly.
to this conversation. We really need to move on to other people now, all right?
No
But if
problem.
you
All
can
right.
still
Thank
stick
you.
around,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. If you can still stick around much later, towards
All
the
right.
end, you can still join, all right? Thank you so much.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Oh my God. That was really refreshing. So let's quickly move on to Latricia. Hi. Hi, Latricia.
Hi.
Latricia.
Yes. Hey, what a day.
Honestly, I don't even know what question to ask you, but let me hear your own your reaction to what's
Please.
been happening this week.
Yes, I will be stepping a little bit more on what you were asking other people. I want to first start about the members, the housemates offenses and the reaction of Big Brother to them. I still feel and maintain that Chichi and Phyna, for their behavior, they deserve a strike. Okay, Chichi's story, we know it. I'm not going to deliberate more on it. And Phyna as well, she deserves a strike because she disrespected Big Brother in Big Brother's house after being a tail, not taking the instruction and all those things. And even at the games when she just withdrew herself before the buzzer went off. You see, not showing respect and all that. And even when Big Brother talks to them, those housemates, there are some housemates who don't show respect. You know, where a person shows that, okay, I messed up, but then when Big Brother talks to them, yes, Big Brother, in the manner that they respond. Phyna and Chichi, they have the same attitude. I don't know if I should say it's thinking or what. And I want to agree with those who call them market girls. I call them market queens because they don't show that level of okay, let me say showing remorse to say, yes, I messed up, but then I'm remorseful and I recognize you as Big Brother. And then two, moving to the issue of the food. I was disappointed as well to Big Brother. Now this one goes to Big Brother. After addressing the members on the issue of the food, immediately, not even an hour after that, one of the same members that he was addressing, which are from the level 2 house, it was Hermes and Sheggz. They took food from these people without asking for permission. I want to say, if asked for someone for permission, we did not see them asking everybody because it was a collective. It was not for 2 people, those food, as they mentioned. It's for a certain group of people. Then you must make sure that the whole group or majority of the group says yes. Or they were supposed to call a meeting to say, now, as level whatever, we are asking you that because we want to eat with you or whatever, something of that sort. Although, yes, it did happen, but it happened after already they messed up. They took the food. They said they will eat whatever that they want to eat. Meaning they were telling that to Big Brother that, you know what, Big Brother, F word, fuck you. You whether you say what, we are going to eat whatever that we want without even asking the people. I thought he's going to maybe call them into the whatever called or say something. Nothing was said, but okay, hopefully maybe he will say something tomorrow. But then by the time they say that, he says that what the extent of the damage will be too much because Glory Big Brother was supposed to take an action on the issue of the food because these are the same housemates who did not show respect to him when they were still separated. When he gave them a task to work for their wager, by virtue of them showing commitment, that shows that they are insulting him. They are not taking his instructions serious. So this was the right time for him to show them that when I say you must play a game, you must do this, there's a task. They must learn to take it serious because it's one of the things that gives them the right to stay in his house, that is abiding by some of his rules, which I feel that those housemates, they did not do that. So then they must suffer the pain because other housemates, they were not sleeping, they were not doing what, because they were considerate that they need to win this so that they can have the access to buy groceries. So, but let's hope maybe he's going to address it. I don't know. And as for Sheggz and his girlfriend, I feel that he was also a bit lenient on them for them sabotaging because in all honesty, it was not the first time they sabotage the making of the tasks and all that. It was not the first time. If you can remember when they were still in their house, Adekule was supposed to do something with the girlfriend. What is it? Yes, the girlfriend. But they did not. Exactly. So, but they did not. Bella was busy clinging to the boyfriend and all that. Those are the things that were supposed to be adding up to say it's not the first time. The first time we thought it's a mistake, it was, but then it continued this thing. So I expected that even on that one, he was going to be a bit harsher on them because it seems they are manipulative. They are because their loss is not only their lose only. Other housemates automatically it goes to them as well, which is unfair. I feel it's unfair. It was unfair for Phyna and for Cheesy as well, or for the recent task. So I feel that he was supposed to do something. And as for this goes to Sheggz, I was disappointed to the housemates, all housemates. And I don't know if on social media, maybe how was the comments of the people, I didn't check that. But when he mentioned that Nigerian men are abusive, that on its own, I thought all housemates, even the females, were supposed to attack him to say, who are you to can compare us to the people from whatever country? Why must we look down to our fellow African people as Africans? Why do we all measure us lower than the Europeans and the Americans and all that? When are we going to be, as Africans, stand up and say we are the biggest continent in the world? We are the biggest continent that has a lot of minerals and all that. We are the only continent that was mostly colonized because of our riches and all that. When are we going to stand up to those Europeans and people and say to them, we are the best of the best, instead of us belittling ourselves on top, instead of fighting for what they stole for us? At least that is the least we can do, what they already stole from us. But for him to say that Nigerian man, that was an insult, that was character assassination. It fits there. That was a clear, and now he was generalizing. That's why I felt that now that he is making a plural, he's using a blanket approach. That is an insult to African men, actually. Who does he think he is? What is it that he used to can compare and say because of this? And the other one that he used, he said, I don't know who he was saying to when he spoke about the level of education and all that. You know what, Glory? I'm not saying it's right for us not to go to school, but I have a respect for people who did not go to school, because there is always a reason behind it. There is a big reason behind it. Moreover, with the struggles that we are still having as Africans. But for someone, because you are better, instead of lifting up your fellow African brother, and you say that about them, that your level of education is this, and the big brother, big as he is with the big voice, and he doesn't say anything. Is it right? Yes, they are not there they are not there to like each other, we agree. But then they are not there to kill each other's spirit. Instead, we want them to come out there as different people. Yes, that language, if maybe it's allowed, they can use it maybe at the reunion. That is where somebody can say, if it wasn't for Big Brother, you wouldn't have met me. That's where a person can say that outside Big Brother's house. But for you to come here with your stinking attitude, that as if you are bigger than everybody, you are above God or whatever. No, Sheggz needs a serious I don't know, discipline. What kind of a discipline? Not really to be taken out of the house, but he must be dealt with while he's still in the house before he comes out. Because for him to be kicked out, he will think that he is kicked out because of he's notorious. No, he must be dealt with while he's still in the house, and then we will not vote for him so that he can go out, he can leave. Then he will be evicted like any other person. But for Big Brother to allow him to use such languages to the people, no, what is the law? Where is the law of Africa, guys? No, this boy is very much disrespectful. Then he must just go to the London Big Brother. If he feels that Nigerians are beneath him or it's nothing to him, he must go to Big Brother of Europe or wherever. And let's see if they will put him in. Let's see how they will teach him. The things that he is experiencing from that country of being discriminated, he wants to put them. He's subjecting those housemates to the things that he experienced in the other countries. Everybody goes anywhere in the country, but we go there to learn something, to do trade, to do what. I am a proud African person. I'm always happy when I'm outside the country when they say to me, you have a South African accent. I'm happy because then that means that my identity, I'm carrying it with me. It is there with me. It's not about the language. It's not about the language. It's about who I am, where I come from, my roots. The education is for me to make me able to communicate with other people outside the country. It doesn't change who I am. I'm African and proudly African. You know, there's a guy, Glory, maybe you should Google about him in closing, that I like. His name is Olaudah Equiano, but then he was a Nigerian. You know him? Yes, I like that guy. They say he was slaved when he was 11, but he never forgot who he is. Wherever he was taken to Europe, he never forgot his real identity. That is me in closing. I wish Sheggz can read about him so that maybe he will come right in somewhere upstairs.
Thank you so much, Nutricia. Thank you so much, Nutricia. And you see, all you said is valid, 100%. You know, people will always at the end of the day say that, oh, at the end of the day, it's a game, you know, we just conclude that it's just a game. But then there are certain things that should not be said, even though it's a game. There are certain narratives that should not be pushed because it's a game. I mean, when we say that Big Brother is what is not even one of, but the biggest reality TV show in Africa, people forget that it's not only Africans that watch the show. People forget that People globally watch the show. If I show you my YouTube analytics of the viewers that I have, they are
Yes.
from over 100 countries around the world.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that are not Africans that actually watch the show. Why do they watch the show? That's because they've watched other European franchise of Big Brother, so they want to compare. Oh, what is Big Brother Nigeria from Africa like? So when they
Mm-hmm.
watch, most of them they try to experience the culture. They try to experience, the people. How do Africans, how do Nigerians specifically behave when they put them in a confined space? Now, there's the entertainment part of the show, but there's always that part of the show. There's always an integral part of the show, and that's the cultural experience. And nobody can remove that part. Nobody can erase that part of the show away from the show. And then when we have people like Sheggz, that at every given opportunity, when he has to have altercations with housemates, he gets to now generalize his altercations. Then there's a problem there.
Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
problem there.
Yes.
And I feel like in one of those their secret diary sessions, Big Brother should call him to order. You can have your
Exactly.
altercation with your fellow housemates. It's fine. I mean, people go at each other. It's natural that they're going to have those arguments because it's a confined space. There's no space for escaping, except the housemate wants to request for voluntary exit. But as long as they're still in that house, they're always going to have, go at each other. They're always going to be at loggerheads. But then when Sheggz would constantly attack Nigerian guys, Nigerian men, come on, the bias is not really nice. It's
It's
not
not
really
right.
nice
It's not proper. It's not
at all.
proper. The big brother that he is in is carrying the Nigerian brand. It is there because of Nigeria. It is financed or whatever, promoted by Nigeria. And then he speaks nonsense about Nigeria. Yo, that boy was supposed to be dealt with. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah,
Anyway, thanks,
yeah.
Glory.
Thank you so much, Lutricia. Another thing I want to bring to light is still from the Pepperdam Gang season. There was a gossip session about Tasha that Jackie and Kathy had. So Jackie was actually telling Kathy, I don't know how many of you remember when Jackie was talking about, the suspect that Tasha is a witch or something like that. They were kind of labeling her because of the beads that she was wearing on her ankle, her anklet and her waist beads. So they were kind of tagging her, they were labeling her to be a witch or something like that. I think it was Ebuka that had now called, brought up that conversation on a Sunday during the live addiction show. And I love what Ebuka said. I can't really say it verbatim, but to paraphrase, he had actually reminded them that listen, this is a show that's not just on national television. It's a show that's global. People are watching from all over the place. So be careful about the narrative you spread about your fellow housemates. Educa had actually called them to order. And, of course, they have been lying that, oh no, I didn't say this, I didn't say that. I think the clip was even played. So they couldn't really wriggle their way out of it, right? So I'm really hoping that people are going to call Sheggz to order because the way the guy is doing, to be very honest, he's doing like a running tap. And the fact that he's allowed the free hands to say certain things that should not be said, to be very honest,
Exactly.
yeah, it doesn't really make sense. All right, thank you so much, Nutricia. As usual, remember you can always come back much later. I always enjoy your closing remarks, so we'll see you much
Okay,
later.
thank
Right?
you.
Okay, so let's quickly move on
Thank
to
you, Sia.
beauty. All right, let's move on to beauty. Hi, beauty.
Hey, Glory, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for being so patient. Thanks for joining the conversation as well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So let me quickly ask you, to analyze Allison's personality. What do you think?
Oh my God. I don't even know how to start on that one because okay, I haven't really been focusing on her that much, but I would say that she's a bit confused. Because one moment she was with Adekule and it seemed like it was going somewhere there, but she moved on to Hermes and who knows, probably she'll be moving on to another person. By the end of the season, maybe she'll be with 5 people or I don't know. So I'll just say that she's confused. And yeah, that's all I can say for now. She's like a confused human being right there. So
Or
that's
do you think she's actually playing a strategy? And if she's playing a strategy, do you think it's a good one? Do you think it's a solid one?
Maybe it might be a strategy. Yeah, it does look like a strategy because the fact that it's like she moves from one housemate to another looking for something, I guess. I think maybe what she looks for is content. Maybe when she's with one person, she's thinking that, oh, if I be with this other person, probably I don't know, I'll grow a fan base, like a more stronger fan base, because this person is a strong person, has a strong personality or something. So I feel like that will backfire in no time because it just doesn't work like that. Like you moving from one person to another, like what are you looking for? Settle for one person.
Okay, beauty. Okay, so another thing I wanted to, rather, I would like you to analyze for us is Amaka. What do you think about Amaka's personality?
Oh Lord. Amaka is annoying. To be honest, Amaka is so annoying. She acts like you know kids like when you tell a kid don't do this but they keep doing it over and over and over. That's how Amaka is because she does things. I don't know whether she thinks about things before she does them, and as well as like her trying to validate herself every time just doesn't sit well with me because in the situation of the microwave incident,
Yeah.
when Big Brother addressed it, after he addressed it and what, she apologized, but then she still went on and on. No, it wasn't intentional. No, what, but people know that it wasn't intentional and they had your apology. No need for you to be going on and on about it. Because now the fact that she still goes on and on about it, it will come out as if it was on purpose. Because why
Yeah.
would she go on and on about it? She already apologized, and people had, if they don't want to accept the apology, that's up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And her as and then her story with Phyna, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't like that tension that's going on there, like them saying certain things about each other and whatnot. Because yesterday I kind of watched and I saw her, she was talking about, I don't know what exactly she was talking about, but she mentioned Phyna and something like that. And there was another time she was saying that her personality hasn't really changed. She mentioned something like she will laugh with a person although they're not like so cool, and she moves
Mm-hmm.
on to other people, which was like she was indirectly referring to Phyna. And what else? And on on Thursday, on Thursday, I was looking at Amaka. I'm like, these girls' village people are following her. Because I don't understand. Like, okay, everybody was at the pool party, cool. It's not wrong to eat, but the fact that she was like eating so close, she was literally in the pool and eating, anything could have possibly gone wrong. And then she would have gotten another warning or something. But I feel like Big Brother is the main cause of this housemates characters and whatnot, because they somehow feel like maybe Big Brother is their mate or something, because he does address them over and over, but they don't seem to change at all. Like Amaka, the microwave situation, microphone infringement warnings, they are like too much. I think she deserves a strike by now, because if she doesn't get there, then there's no way she's gonna change. She's gonna keep on doing the same things over and over. And it becomes boring for us, the viewers, having to see that nothing is being done about certain behaviors in the house.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Beauty. Thank you very much. And just as you said, it's beginning to look like Big Brother is, contributing to this housemate's bad personality that we are seeing at the moment on the show. Let's wait and see if by Sunday Big Brother is going to do something about it. All right. Thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Hi,
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been having a
All
soft time.
right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, quick question. Quick question.
Okay.
So there are some viewers that are of the opinion. I think I've asked this question before, but we move. So there are some people that are of the opinion that Big Brother was too harsh with his judgment on Beauty, that he would have given Beauty a punishment instead of that first strike, right? And then the second offenses that she committed would have been her having two strikes and then maybe one more chance for her to be on the show. Now, fast forward to Chi doing what she did on Sunday night against Diana, and then Big Brother came with the verdict of serious warning and then a punishment. So I am thinking in my head, okay, could it be that this is what Big Brother should have done with Beauty is what he's now trying to, do with Chi just to, I don't know, should I say clear the air or something? So what do you think? How many warnings do you think Big Brother should give before giving a housemate the appropriate strike that they need?
Yeah, I feel like there are some things that are warning worthy and there are some things that are strike worthy, right? So for if we want to, like, what has happened with Beauty has already happened. I personally was of the opinion that I know Beauty would have been the way that lady's head was hot. Like, my God, I don't know. Is those kind of hot-tempered persons? I don't know when last I saw such people. Her head was very hot, so she would have eventually gotten herself disqualified in the long run. But they say what's sauce for the good, sauce for the cancer. So the moment you start with that kind of intensity, Big Brother, you have to be ready to keep it up. So I think he was a bit too hasty. Do you understand? Because he could have given what's her name, Beauty, a strike and a final warning that second time around. Of which, if she had gone ahead to do much more, she would now get her third strike that would have gotten her disqualified, so that people will not be dragging him by the balls now. Because this thing, I don't know. I can't wonder. I say, Biggie, has your koboko finished? Why are you not giving strike? We've not even heard strike since that time. I know, people really went all out. Not a single strike. And these housemates have been doing strike-worthy things back to back to back. So it's annoying at this point that not a single person just give somebody strike for just one person. Let it not be is now. So it's a bit too much. Chichi deserved a strike, no cap. What's her name? Auntie Amaka, she should have gotten a strike for all these her infringements. It's getting out of hand. But I don't know. Hopefully, I'm hopeful that all these ones that have passed happened. Maybe it has passed. Perhaps our cries, they will get to hear it and we'll see something, I don't know, going forward by the coming weeks. So that's that for that strike thing though.
Okay, so let's talk about Sheg's line of argument whenever he is cutting between Bella's altercation and another housemate. That line of statement he always makes about, oh, you're disrespecting a woman, that's a violation. Do you think that's actually a violation, considering the fact that he has also had his own fair share of investigations and altercations with other women in the house?
In Shag's eyes, every other person there, you're either a man or probably a hermaphrodite. It's only Bella that is because I don't understand his line of argument. It makes absolutely no sense. The guy shoots himself in the foot every single time he opens his mouth. I don't know how come none of the housemates. I don't know. Maybe they are so myopic. They don't see it, or they see it and they don't say anything. I don't even know which one is better. Because sometimes when Lutricia talks, I'm usually so glad because she says a lot of things that my mind. Like, it was such on every level for him to, and none of the housemates, even Bella herself, who is born and bred Nigerian, her parents too born and bred. Your parents are also part of the Nigerians he's insulting. Do you realize that? And then we still have Nigerians who are standing him and clapping for him and cheering him on for those kinds of insults to the entire country, to the majority of the viewing audience of Big Brother Africa. If you even want to talk about, apart from Big Brother Nigeria, even Big Brother South Africa, another this thing, if any other Big Brother, even when we are doing Big Brother Africa, Nigeria forms the majority of the viewing audience. And he just took his time to insult seasons of viewers. And people are still standing rubbish. I don't know. It's just so that his line of argument is zero. And honestly, at this point, you know what? I can't even expect anything from any of that. Doing that I would have expected from. She don't fall her hand. Look, my hand, she fall. So there's nobody else. The only person that I know that can stand it now is probably Phyna and Cheesy, that can see his bullshit. You understand? as it is. But every other person, they are so, I don't know. And Bella, I don't know, for some reason, before I wasn't feeling it, but now I kind of feel sorry for that lady, because I was watching when Sheggz was going on and I love you, I will not do this. That time when they were having,
Yeah.
when he said, my God, I said maybe because I have, I have kind of been at the receiving end of something like that before, and I saw right through it. And I was watching this and I was like, sis, is it that you cannot see the caps? Like, can't you see the game that, like, are you seriously falling for this? Like, because there was, for me, there was no sincerity. Maybe I'm not reading body language right. But when I watched that scene, I was like, nope, he cannot even maintain eye contact. That's number one. When Sheggz is lying, eye contact zero. That guy, I don't know. You be with him and you can't even tell. It was so sad to watch you, to be honest, because I was like, now wow, I felt sorry for the girl, because man, that guy just they lied. And she's swallowing it hook, line, and sinker. In fact, sorry, I know this is not what you asked me, but I wanted to touch something. You know, there was a video you had done earlier in the week about Chichi's apology. And I don't know, I kind of felt when I watched a clip, because I didn't get to watch the apology, but when I watched the clip of her apologizing to Diana, I felt like she was not apologizing because of she was sorry for what she did. I feel she was apologizing because she got reprimanded. Like,
yeah,
probably she felt because Biggie reprimanded her, she felt, oh, the viewing audience did not take what I did lightly. So for me, that's in her eyesight, as in forget, even the cry where she cried, eye service, she was trying to buy pity, because she felt probably because Big Brother has done this is feedback from the outside world, and she was trying to do damage control. That's for Chichin. Daniela, I want to talk about that young lady. Daniela in week 1 was love and light, love and light. If you shoot that, if you Daniela here, she will turn the other face for you to slap. But now, Daniela, she has turned to, in fact, she's playing the game so well, because that's why when they were married, she was trying to get in with all the guys, like all the guys are her guys. You know, that was like her. And then she's also trying to form some alliances with some of the female housemates in the other level and whatnot. But then she's playing the game against Amaka. I don't know why she just decided that Amaka is her enemy. This Modella, she doesn't know that she's not Biggie's. I mean, she's Biggie's agent and not Daniela's agent, because she has left Daniela. I mean, she has left Biggie that she's supposed to be fighting for and busy fighting for that. Yeah, meant to cause, like, you're meant to be the neutral ground in that house. Whoever is fucking up, you call them out on their bullshit. My problem with Amaka is that she's just Ajakwaka. Who is Igbo here that can understand what I'm saying? When they say someone is as a queen, Amaka just gets what is coming from for her, you know, because she does not. There's a way you will place yourself when you're with people that will give them the hand to do and undo. And Amaka has not allowed herself to be placed on a high enough pedestal for people not to see her as a doormat. So I think that's the reason why she tends to be the victim of everybody's outburst. They feel like they can do it to Amaka, even though they know that she will bring back that energy. They feel they will still get the support of other housemates against her, because they feel like there's one kind of, you know, perception and whatnot. And Amaka made a mistake. If anybody asks me, she should have sustained that her alliance with Phyna, because Phyna was one of the persons that were sincere towards her, if you ask me. Because and she shouldn't have let the whole groovy thing get to this, because I feel like the lady is still scorned till now. Once in a while, you see some glances she gives at Phyna, some things she just does, and you're just like, babe, you're still not over this thing. So I feel like, well, no matter what Phyna and groovy and whatnot, the lady kind of, because okay, who is on Amaka's side now? Like, gang. Forget about Diana and Rachel coming from the other house. When push comes to shove, they will not stand up and defend her. Obviously, they didn't. But Phyna is the kind of person that can go all out, you know. So I feel like it should have been really good for her. Then one last person, Uncle Bryann. That's
emotional intelligence.
Misogynistic little boy. That boy, hey, he will get what is coming for him. That's what I have to say. He'll get what is coming for him soon enough. Then Allison, I think Allison's own. You were asking somebody something about Allison, and she was like, she can't really say much. Me, what was going on in my head is, well, she said Allison is confused, and I agree. But I think I would term Allison more to be to have the attention span of a 5-year-old. Like she doesn't have, babe doesn't have the kind of emotional availability. You know, she has said it before, she's not emotionally available. Emotional availability, invest like for real into any relationship. So by the time she goes in there, she gets the first few honeymoon vibes, she's done. She's saturated. I think she's that kind of, her attention span is very, very, very low. So once she has gotten her honeymoon vibes and is now getting to the next stage, she kind of gets kind of fed up and wants to go for another honeymoon vibe. So that's that, Sha. God bless.
I totally agree with you on that. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much. And when you were talking about Daniela, I wanted to chip in something. Let me just do so now. So I think it was this morning. Daniela was having conversations with some people in the orange room, and she was talking about not being a sexual person. She was talking about you see the way you kept your face. That was the way I kept my face. She was talking about if you like, you fuck her from now to tomorrow that she cannot be easily moved. I said, eh?
Whatever she says, let's take her word for it.
Like when I saw her, I'm like, eh? Like what the hell? And then last night shenanigans, I'm bringing all this to light because we're talking about her new self, her new personality. This girl, you're talking 1 minute about, oh, you choose Khalid, I choose Khalid. Every time we talk about I choose Khalid. But then you're flirting heavily with Dotun. And it's very obvious now that the guy is trying to give her space, but she does not want the guy to leave because she constantly gets too close to comfort with the guy. Anyway, wait, see, let me tell you. Anyway, thank God that this week is a fake week. I'm giving Daniela 1 week. Let me see what's going to happen. If it extends to beneath the sheet, then I'll know what to say next. I'm going to leave it there with Daniela. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Shirley. Let's quickly move on to Ayo. Okay. Ayo, hi.
Hi, Glory. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I thought you were actually a guy.
Happens all the time. How are you doing?
I'm fine. You're welcome to the conversation.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, so I've been asking questions, but I don't want to ask you any question. I want to know what's on your mind with regards to all the highlights of this week.
Okay, for me, right, I think Biggie has just been putting his foot wrong a number of times this season. I'm going to start with this week, right, when the houses were merged. As soon as they made the announcement that the storeroom was open for them to get their food, I immediately knew it was going to be an issue. Why? Because you have the level 2 guys who I think they're like 9 in number or so, totally outnumbered by level 1. And then you now tell them, go and get your food, knowing fully well that these guys have been without food for how many weeks now. They're going to see food and there's no like control, there's no rule, nothing. And then he now waited until Friday, that's yesterday, to make the announcement that, oh, when was the last time you guys won a wager? I'm like, this is a bit too late for all of this because these issues have been going on since you brought the food into the house. It's not on the day they're going to do another wager task that you now come and start talking about, oh, you guys never won a wager, so you're not entitled to food and all of that. It's ridiculous. Aside from that, the not giving strikes when he should give strikes, giving Chichi a warning, that one blew my mind because I was like, nah, this girl deserved at least a warning and a strike. If you didn't even want to give two strikes, a warning and a strike. What she did was wrong. She was directly in Diana's face, directly in her face, pushing against her, and then you're giving her a warning. That's not good enough. I mean, somebody has already said this before. The same energy he used for beauty, he should keep it through the season. You can't be doing, okay, for this person, I'll do this. No. Give us the same energy. One person I really love is Cheesy. Like, Cheesy is doing what if I was in the house, I would be doing. He's not scared of anybody. He said he's doing what everybody, like, don't think the other housemates are not seeing what Shags and Bella are doing. They're seeing it, but they're just too scared to do it. They're just too scared to do anything about it. Because I think it was yesterday when he was saying it that You guys are not talking. I'm the only one talking. And
Yeah.
everybody was just quiet. Everybody was quiet.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is something that you already have a spokesperson that's cheesy talking. Why don't you guys come together and be like, nah, all these things we have to put a stop to it. This two cannot continue calling the shots. It doesn't make any sense. As I seriously love cheesy, what cheesy is doing. Because if I was in the house, that's what he'll be doing. That's what I'll be doing. Sorry. And then for Sheggz, somebody has already said that he's always contradicting himself. I don't know if you guys remember the first altercation he had with Elo Swag, where it was because Elo Swag told Bella, leave the kitchen and come and talk to me, come and tell me.
Yeah.
He said the exact same thing to Rachel when he was having
True.
an issue with Phyna.
True.
He said the exact same thing. He said, why are you talking from the kitchen? Come and say it to my face. But when somebody else says it, the person is being rude to his girl.
Yeah.
I seriously do not understand that guy's attitude at all. I seriously don't understand because, man, I've looked the guy up. I don't know what club he plays for. And if he was playing for any serious club, this is the period that they're playing, is it Premiership or Champions League or something? You left that to come and do Big Brother Nigeria. Do you know how much they pay the football stars? Does that make any sense to anybody? Like, there are times we even have like African Cup of Nations, right? And they don't allow our guys to come down because they want them to play. It just shows that you're useless to them, if at all you're playing for any club. So for me, I don't know what the guy is about, but I'm really not buying it. Like, seriously, I'm really not buying it. I don't know. I don't like his attitude. I don't like his energy. That's just me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ayo. And this thing you're saying, it's the same thing I was trying to analyze. I think that was last week during our live stream conversation like this. I said, I don't know if we can get a psychologist, God, this flying. I don't know if we can get a psychologist in the house. I hope Dike Omiwade is around so that she can actually put a concept word to it, a concept label to it. There's this thing it does. It's like the strategy of retelling a narrative. When you retell and retell and retell a narrative to people, they begin to buy it hook, line, and sinker unconsciously. Sometimes they don't even know that they are buying your narrative like that, but it's like subliminal. Yeah, it sinks into their mind. So I feel like what Sheggz has been able to do to not only the level 1 housemates now, but now to his to the other level 2 housemates that are in the same room as he, Bryann, Modella, and Daniela, yeah, what he has been able to do is that he has been able to subliminally implant in their minds that after the show, they will need him. Because he has been reminding them that, oh, this is who I am. My dad is this, my mom is this, my dad has been taking care of my mom never lacked, my dad sent me and my siblings to school in the UK. At the age of 16, I got my apartment, I got my job, I bought a Lamborghini, I bought this and that, I know this person, I know that person. He has been preaching the gospel of his affluence and his influence in the Nigerian and in the UK society to these people. Now, whether it's true or not, we do not know 100%. But he has been filling these people's heads with all of the stories. And if you are looking at these characters around him, you will know that they all need that connection that Sheggz is preaching about. And Sheggz is very smart. That's why I keep saying that this guy, he knows what he's doing. He's playing a fantastic strategy. He knows that for every person, in fact, 90 to 99% of the individuals that participate on Big Brother every season, what are they looking for? They are looking for connection. They're looking for the platform. They're looking for fame, for popularity, because they're all aware that at the end of the season, only one person will take home the winning prize. So what are they looking for? They are looking for networks. Look at Deji. The way Deji was seriously defending Sheggz in the diary room. Do you know why? Because when he came into the house, he got into conversations and he mentioned that he just moved to Nigeria from the US because of the show. He doesn't have a place to stay. And Sheggz bragged to him that his father owns the streets there's a particular street on Parkview, Ikoyi, that's Parkview Estate. Everybody that lives in Lagos knows that area, it's just as expensive, slightly expensive like Banana Island, So that place is for the elite. So he said that the street, one of the streets there, it belongs to his family, like it's his family's name. So he told Deji that don't worry, after the show, I will give you a place to stay. He told Bryann, I've looked at you. I know that you are going to be a star. I know that you're going to blow. When you get validation like that from one person that constantly, brags about being all and all and all, you now begin to thread carefully about that person because, hey, after the show, I don't know who is going to win, or at least if I don't win, let me at least be connected to Sheggz so that my life will be better. So what I'm saying is, at the moment, that's the case with the house. The house is divided. Adekunle has seen through all of Shegg's games, and so he's not buying into it anymore. And because of that, he has separated himself from that. And to be very honest, from the start of the show, Adekunle was playing into Shegg's strategy. But then the scales fell off his eyes and he realized that, okay, whether what this guy is saying is true or not, it is a strategy. It's a mind game. So he moved away from there. And now some other housemates like Chomzi, they are now beginning to move away. Although the likes of Eluswat is still divided. That one is still a coward. He doesn't know if he should be in Shek's camp or if he should be in Adekunle's camp. He is divided. So thank you so much, Ayo, for bringing that to light. The truth is, the housemates, they will not all of them will actually be able to see through all the shared strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, and like he may be rich or whatever and everything, but my point is, what I'm trying to say is that the housemates should be smart enough to realize that even if he is all he says he is, do you really want to work with that kind of energy?
Yeah.
That's just basically it. Do you really want to work with that kind of energy? Somebody that will disrespect you and will constantly remind you that, well, it's because of me. I connected you to this person, because that's the attitude that he's putting out there. So yeah.
Exactly.
Anyways, thanks for having me here. So.
Thank you so much, Ayo. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's quickly move on to Sia. Hi, Sia.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Sia. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Sia. Sia, what have you been observing all through the week? What are your observations about Biggie's birthdays, about the housemates? Have they been really good kids to you? Have you been enjoying the show? What do you think about the drama, everything? What are your thoughts?
Hi, Glory. Hey. First, let me say, looking gorgeous as usual. The second thing I want to say is, you see, when you say your head will burst, this is what this season is doing to us.
Yes.
Let me just quickly write on what I think is Ion said just now. No. Before I continue, she was talking about checks and football and all that. She can't find what team, whatever. I mean, it doesn't take genius. There are people in that house like the two, like Kitty Fire, who like Hermes, who go to gym, and they should know what an athlete should look like physically now. Do they see that? Do they see that in Sheggz in any way? Not like I'm looking down on the guy. If you're claiming you're a football player in the highest, even Glory, the second division, third division in England is very competitive. It is very competitive. If you are saying you were a football player, physically you should look the part, but that's for an argument for another day. But I'm just saying the guys who are there, who like gymming and doing all of that, they're not even what do you call it, professional athletes. But they're looking way better than this guy who says, I was playing for a club in whatever. That should click in their minds that this one is selling us streams. But anyway, it's their baby to carry, you know? Just on that part with Sheggz and the football. I don't know what to say, Glory. I've had so much fun for the past 2 hours or so. This community, you laugh this 10 minutes, you get angry. People are just coming with fun. People are coming. That's the beauty of this platform. That's why I'm saying, if something is ordained to happen, God puts power on it to happen. It will happen. Because here, no one comes here and says, yes, Glory, Elijah, what you said is true. No one does that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to Glory to justify whatever. I understand Twitter wars and all that stuff, but people should come, especially on this Saturday, and see what people are saying. We don't come here to agree with you and say what you said is the fact. You come here and say, yes, you analyze Glory, we agree. How about this view? You know?
Yeah.
But that's just before I kill most of the time, guys. there's just someone. I don't know. I don't know who said this is a high school edition. I don't know where I heard that term from. This is a high school edition. It is. It is a high school edition. Just
Yeah.
picture these guys in high school. Their behavior. It is like that. You know the rules, but you get warned. For example, even now, I was just watching now on TV now while we are busy on this YouTube thing. Amaka, there's a super commando. Super commando. What going on now? Task. Yeah, sorry, task going on. It was so funny. I laughed when I heard that Amaka was just taken out of the task now. Because Biggie was asking her, Amaka, I don't know for what. Amaka, I asked you guys to pose as super commando thingies. You were busy being a super cook in the kitchen. I mean, what I'm saying, it's sort of like kids in high school, and their father is like, where the hell did these kids come from?
Like it's exaggerated.
People are like, Amaka, you were busy being a super cook. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna say whatever. Okay, fine. Now you can't play this game now. Let's move, guys. You know how a parent does it when it's like fed up with this one naughty child. Hey, glory. So that's what I'm saying. As I always say to you, I'm not gonna change that stance, that line that says this thing it's a mirror of society. It is. You know? That will never change. So Big Brother, the selection he did, I don't know, guys. Maybe someone will correct me. Is this the youngest group of housemates, the age-wise? This is the youngest
Yes.
age we have.
Yeah, this is the Gen Z group, the Gen Z versus the millennial group. Yeah, if you notice the housemates amongst the level one housemates, most of them they are older and more mature. The level two housemates, most of them they are kind of childish.
I mean, and then guys, what did Big Brother expect to happen? Because these young kids, they like to test. They'll test every system that tries to like suppress them or whatever. They will test it. Even when it comes to politics, they might be, they say in a certain country there's this popular organization. These young kids would like to test. Why are you being popular? I understand why, because they've never done a about struggle or whatever. They will ask those kind of questions. So Big Brother this season, he's being, I don't know, he's been dished something he never expected. These kids are showing him that yes, watching this show, we know that is why someone like Beauty had the audacity to do what she did.
Yeah.
It's kids, guys. It's kids. Let's always remember that. It's kids that are put in an environment that when they sleep at night, when the noise has died, all of them they will think that I'm really here. This is me. What can I do to trend tomorrow? What can I do to make sure that my name is never forgotten? Forgetting that this type of a show, you can be yourself, but once you get in there, your name is already in there. I've got guys who I talk to who like some five like no one's business, because they saw that is a genuinely nice guy. That the one then they want to go to Nigeria and say like, hey, I want to do business. They will ask for that guy. You don't need to be this dramatic to show that, but the age. I was thinking to myself like, I see this age thing, is it really a factor? But I see it's a factor because even now when people are telling Amaka that you are a super cook, not a super commando, she was laughing. She laughed. Do you see what I'm trying to say? Well, Glory. So guys, let's also try to understand that these are kids put in a very massive platform. I don't care who say they went through psychoanalysis and all that, but at the end of the day, these are kids, and they want
Yeah.
to put their name there. So, Big Brother, if he will discipline each and every small thing, your housemates will have to come in 2 weeks' time.
That will be towards the end of the show. It's gonna give them high
We
BP.
are halfway there now. We are halfway there, guys. Let's try and make peace with it. Let's make peace
Okay.
with it. So
All right.
that is my take on the Big Brother story this year. So Glory, you can
Thank
ask me what you
you.
want to ask me, then I'll answer.
All
I'm
right.
just
Thank
enjoying
you
this
so
life.
much. Thank you so much, Tia. Let's quickly move on to these other people online, all right? And then maybe towards the end, and then we can bring you
Okay.
back, okay? Thank you
All right.
so much. Thank you so much. All right, Joe. Joe, are you ready to speak?
Hi, Gloria. How you doing?
Hi, Joe. Hi. You're welcome to the conversation. How are you?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much for coming back. I was really scared for a bit that you left. Thanks for
Now,
coming back.
I mean, this is my. I think this is my second time joining your live. My first time was
Um,
doing Pere. So
oh, okay.
yeah, which I always see your updates, and I think, and that's when I started watching BB Ninja, just because of your
Hmm.
comments and your updates. Because most times
Thank you. So much.
most time if I see anything, I'll just go, Gloria has no updates. What's going on? What's going on? Sometimes I just stick to my phone, like just the updates. But quick one though. So I just want to talk about Shags and Bella.
Okay. So when you
Yeah.
finish talking about Shags-Bella, I have a special question for you. All right,
Yes.
but let's see you first.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. So I mean, I just want to talk about Shags, the London boy. I mean, it just seemed like it's like no one in Nigeria has been to London in their life. It's only Sheggz that has been to London. I think the way he talk about anything, yeah, I'm the London boy. I've been doing this. Like I think he understand most of these guys are not up there, and he felt like the only way he can come at them is me talking about my personality. Oh, I'm a London boy. I've done this. Like, I mean, everybody has said everything about Sheg. If Sheg is really a footballer that he claim, I mean, I play soccer too. I watch soccer. I didn't even know the league Sheg is playing for. And if you're making money, I don't think you, because I think Sheg is more interested in the 100 million, you understand, than any other thing. Or like, this money, if I didn't win it, man, I think they have to cancel this show. So, I mean, people should understand Sheg is broke to me. This guy does not have any money. And for Bella, I mean, I don't know what every other lady think about that girl. She's not intelligent at all, and she's not smart. But I think her personality shows she's really rude. I mean, mere looking at Bella, she's beautiful, but she's rude. Her body shows she's rude. I mean, the altercation that happened between Sheggz and Bella and Shizzy yesterday, I understand she did wrong by calling Bella a thief. But at the same
But
time,
did he actually call her a thief? Because she
I
said
mean,
two things that, oh, he asked me, he said something about, oh, how can you be a thief? You know, like he
yeah,
innovated
yeah,
something like that.
yeah, but I mean, the way Bella coming as she's, I don't care if this is a show or someone. You can't say someone didn't go to school, they are not intelligent. And for Shegs making that statement, come on, it's wrong. I wish I had people. I mean, I have people who are in London. I mean, I'm also in the US, but I don't understand why you just brag so much about. Oh, I'm in London. I'm doing this, man, bro. If you have money, you will not even come on that show. You are broke as fuck. Sorry for my F word. You're so broke. Like, and for I mean, sorry, the only person that got me excited in that house is Phyna. I don't know. I just love that girl. I just love her personality. Regardless of what she does, that girl is just real. With the pigeon thing, that's what really caught my attention. Like for you to come on the show and you didn't even care other people, you don't even get intimidated by people speaking good English. You just go with your own vibe. I think that's what I just fall in love with that girl. So I don't care if she. I mean, for other people, for Adekunle, I mean, she just needs to put his head in the game more. I mean, you understand. I think you have seen it all, but you need to come out of the show and stop getting intimidated by whatever Shegs and Bellas are doing. I mean, that's my own
Hmm.
thought.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Let me ask you the question I want to ask you, yeah?
yeah,
From
sure.
your perspective, how would you describe the personalities of the male housemate? You can talk about the ones you remember briefly, briefly, briefly. Aside Sheggz that you talked about, the remaining male housemates, anyone you can remember, just talk about their personalities briefly.
Okay. Let me start with Bryann. I think Bryann is gonna go far. I mean, it's music, but I think he's still. I'll say he's a boy. I mean, sometimes I mean I'm a guy. Don't get me wrong. I said we can. Sometimes lady can still be annoying. I just think we need to show the maturity being the boy. That's for Bryann. But I think for the money now, but for music career is good. It's gonna go there. Then for Ellis Swag, that guy I think he just have ups and downs. Sometimes I'm trying to understand what he wants and what he's really doing. I think sometimes it seems like it's getting carried away with Shumsey. Maybe if Shandy twerk for him, I think that's when it starts resetting or something like that. That's where the swag. Adekunle, I like Adekunle, but I think he need to just step up more. Is Adekunle is really matured, but I think he just need to step up more. And sorry, I need to talk about Modella. That girl, I don't even know what she's doing in that house. One, I think her voice, her countenance, she's so rude, and the way she talks, she I think she forget the fact that she's a fake housemaid, and she's getting along. I don't even know what she's doing, but she's kind of so rude, and I think she needs to just they need to let her go. Fake house is done. But for what's this guy's name? Get the fire. I love that guy. I don't even know. Maybe because the way he laugh, everything he play around. I think I just love that. But I think he need to come out sometime. I think they all. I think it's kind of inferiority complex. They are scared of Sheggz. Most of them, they are scared to challenge him. If they go to the diary, they tell Big Brother, "Oh, this." I mean, if you guys can say that, I mean, challenge him. I believe. See, if you're looking for connection will come regardless who you know or anything. Connection will
Yeah.
come. Maybe they thought. I think Sheggz make them believe there's this connection out there. If Sheggz has connection, I'm telling you, it's not even gonna be on Big Brother. That's
Okay.
just the
All right,
fact.
Joe. All right,
So,
Joe. Thank you so much, Joe.
all right,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much. All right, so let's quickly move on to the next person. Thank you so much. I actually asked you that question because I'm used to hearing the ladies talking about the show, analyzing the personalities of the housemates. So I wanted to hear from a male perspective. So thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to Naima. Hello. Hi, Naima. You have to unmute so that we can hear
Wow.
you.
Hi,
Okay.
everyone.
Naima is
Good
serving us natural hair. I think that's your natural hair. You're serving us. We're taking it. Thanks for
day,
joining.
everyone. How are you, Glory? You look amazing.
I'm fine. Thank you. How are you too?
I'm great, thank you.
Naima, you
All
look
right.
exhausted. Don't tell me it's the house is
I beg
exhausted.
you. Hey, it's my nighty. I'm getting ready to sleep.
Oh, okay, okay. All
All
right,
right,
so
let me
let's
pick up
fire on.
this.
Let's fire on.
Yeah,
Um,
so I usually have my notes, so let me just go over it and then you can ask me questions when I'm done. All right.
okay, quickly.
Yeah. So first of all, we'll talk about Big Brother. Yeah, I don't know what's going on this year. I think he's really too lenient. I mean, after the decision with with Beauty, he's been very, very lenient, and he doesn't take punishment seriously. Like you can't tell somebody, "I will give you your punishment later." Then don't call it out. Do you understand? Like if you want to punish somebody, tell them they're wrong there and serve them the punishment immediately. I don't see any reason for you to say I will give you the punishment later. It's just nonsensical
Exactly.
to begin with. And what is the use of the additional housemates? Deji, Modella, Rachel, Cheesy. I mean, Cheesy is starting to make up for it, but there's no point. It's week 5. You have 21 people in that space. It is mentally draining. There's no point. Deji hasn't. Deji is has no highlights. Modella is no comments. What's her name? Rachel goes around singing in the house. Like, what's going on this year? I think what happened is they overhyped the show, and probably when the show started, they got overwhelmed. And I think they're pretty stuck at this point because even this week, you're supposed to put people up for nomination, but then they didn't put anybody up for nomination this week. It's still 21 people. So how long do you want to start taking out 4 people, 5 people at once? Like, I don't even get the drill. And let's go to Chi Chi, right? Chi Chi initially was trying so hard to create a highlight, but again, I think she came back to her senses, perhaps. But I don't know why she would come to such an international platform and then you tell people you are a stripper. And the reason for you coming out to say this is because you want to prove to us that strippers are better people. Now, you haven't shown that character. So you haven't come out to present yourself as a woman of value. So why are you bringing that information to us? Are you
Bless
trying
you.
to yourself through the platform or what? Because I don't understand the meaning of that info if you're not trying to exhibit the opposite of what, because you said that you were going to show them that strippers are not just strippers are way better, blah blah blah. We haven't seen any of that. All right.
True.
Now, Diana, Allison, Rachel, and Daniela. See, these people are invincible. We know they see them. Can they just put them up for eviction? Let's know what's going on next, because you can't just be in a house and people are really not talking about you, to be honest. Like, you're just filling space for nothing, okay? And then for the guys, there's Dotun, there's Deji, there's Giddy Fire, there's Elo Swag. These guys are also invincible. It's only when there's like a fight or quarrel here and there, you just see their names pop up or you see a little act, but then there's really nothing about these guys. And it's beginning to help even make me question the selection this year. Okay, now let's talk about Daniela. I wasn't on your platform at the time, Daniela and Khalid situation. No, I was on your platform, but I didn't know how to subscribe to the live. I just joined like 2 weeks ago. So Daniela and Khalid, let's talk about them. I think that the people voted out Khalid, or people didn't really vote for Khalid to save Daniela, but I'm glad that they're now seeing her true character. And you know what she did? She is actually smart. She played the victim card, to be honest, because there's no how somebody is using you and you're the one writing. She was on top of Khalid. Do you understand? And then the next morning you start crying for us, the viewers, to see, and then we assume that Khalid is using you when all this was just an act. So you would have a backup story when you come out the house, and she honestly don't know that this guy is out here rooting out for her. Do you understand? He's rooting for her. And then she put up all this act. It now made people think, okay, Khalid, at the end of the day, it's a woman's world. People will always gravitate towards women. And we as women, if you know your power, you know how to utilize it properly. All those tears that she was shedding after is just show off, because it's not up to 2 weeks since Khalid is evicted. You see her flirting all over Dotun. She has moved on. Oh, there are 3 of them. That is very, very strategic. And let me tell you something about Northerners in Nigeria. They'll always support their own. Do you understand? But that act that Khalid indulged with in Daniela was what pulled them out. And then her reaction after, people were now like, you know what? Let's just take this guy out, so this girl will function properly in the game. And now we're really seeing who she is. Let's talk about Doyin. I think Doyin has lost herself. I think in her desperate search for emotional attachment, since she didn't find any, she's now looking for emotional support and approval just from anyone. I think she has really lost her fire, the one that she had initially. I think it's out of the way now. Okay, Groovy and Phyna. Okay, I don't think Groovy is possessive. I do like when couples come together and talk about what they like or what they do not like, and if they act in the sense, because everything Groovy told Phyna that day, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that, me too, I won't do this, I won't do that. He didn't do what he said. Like, he followed, like, he laid the plan and then he also followed, and she followed. I feel that's understanding. And I just feel that both of them has found peace and calm with each other. And the outside world world is not willing to sail this ship just because, to be honest, people think Groovy is too good for Phyna. When
Bless
does the
you.
double standard end? When does the
Bless
double
you.
standard end? And Phyna, when it comes to relationship, that girl is a smart African woman. She knows the way to a man's heart is his belly. Every time you see her serving Groovy food, he wants to talk, she'll kiss him and serve him food. She's very, like, you know that she's a proper. But like people out there, no, I haven't heard any name, people shipping them and giving their name because it's too good to be true. People don't want to believe that Groovy
Yeah.
would settle with someone like Phyna. And I'm like, why would you even think that? Why would you think that anybody is better than anybody or anybody's too pretty or too handsome to be with another person? People are forgetting that this thing called the heart is more important than anything else. And peace of
Bless
mind
you.
actually major. Okay, so for me, I don't know, but I wish them luck. I actually like the both of them, and I like that in as much as they're together, nobody is losing themselves. It's normal. It's normal that when you're in love, you go tone down a little. But Phyna is trying, but she's still herself, and she's not losing her game. She's very focused, and I like that about her. Sheggz, I think I gave you a breakdown last week, and I don't want to go over it. I think he's a narcissist and a self-absorbed, entitled boy because he is not a man. And I won't give him and Bella that audience right now to talk about them. So let's move on to him, please. Now, Alice, I don't think it's a strategy. I honestly think that Allison, because I read this book called The Attachments. There are three major type of attachments. There is hey God, help me, wait. There's one, I'll get back to it. The second one is avoidant, and the third one is secured. Okay, I'll get the word probably before the end of the video. Now, Allison is an avoidant attached person. Do you understand? So their characteristics is they have short flings, their affliction blows hot and cold. It's not stable. They have strong sense of self. So they actually, it's what they feel, not what the other person feel. And also they kind of like minimize romantic connection. Like even if she's with someone in the house, you don't see her moving all around the place with the person. It's just when she wants you, she'll flirt around you. And then when she gets it, she's like, I'm done. So they don't, it's like they are wary of closeness. They don't want you to be too close to them because when you get too close, they kind of like freak out and they just pull back. So a lot of people have this attachment style, but sorry, the first one is anxious attachment. So I just think she needs to know that about herself and then do a what's this called as a healing session or like do some reading and then she can be secured attached. But I think also that Deji is anxiously attached. We won't get into that, but if you have time, you can read the book or go through the podcast on YouTube. You'd understand what I'm saying, okay? Now, remember last week I told you that Amaka is desperate for a ship, whether it was a relationship or friendship, and that's why she's stuck with Phyna because of the ship. But now, because she came into your house and she met Giddy Fire, she had the relationship, so she left Phyna. And now perhaps she's gone and tested the waters and she doesn't really like it. So she's now left in the middle. She was forming a very good alliance with Phyna, but at this point, I think it's her loss. And everybody's an adult. I won't say, oh, I blame you for this or I blame you for. I feel that one of the greatest gifts God gave us is the gift of choice. You have the right choice, the ability to choose between good or bad. And Phyna is always available. So if she wants to reconnect, she can always go back and reconnect, but she doesn't want to. She's just trying to oh, someone just tried to do that. Thank you. She's just trying to find solace with the other people, and the other people don't want her. And I think she's seeing it, but she's just forming as if she doesn't see it. Now, the question I'll end my video with is, oh, Cheesy, I love him, and I hope he keeps doing what he's doing. He is amazing. He's the only one that can face Sheggz. What's his name? His eyes is open.
Yeah.
I love him. All right. So now my question is, why does Chi gets a serious warning and not a strike? Okay, why does Shegun and Bella not get punished for sabotaging their partner's tax and they ask them, oh, just apologize? Now, why is it that it is Phyna who's getting punished for, I mean, sometimes she deserves it, but now let's just, since Biggie doesn't want to be strict, let us put the thing before the table. Why is Phyna the one getting punished, even though it's deserved? Okay, she's getting her punishment because she's not doing the tail of house. It's not much of a big deal. Do you understand? But she's getting punishment. Why is it that you picked on Amaka trying to burn the house and then you're choosing to punish her and then punish the entire housemate? Ignore serious matters. Me, I feel that this selection between the level 1 and level 2, maybe it wasn't a card, maybe it was just favoritism. Because if you see the way Biggie selected the level 1 and level 2, favoritism started. Even when he wanted to do the switch between Groovy into the, why was it Groovy he took? Oh, good looking guy to move to level 1. No, let's face reality. You could have taken Farm Savvy or Sarkaz. It's not about trying to create highlights, but like fact is, why it's just favoritism, to be honest. Okay, so that's everything for today. I hope that wasn't
Honestly, Naiva, to be very frank with you, I don't even have any questions anymore because whatever I would have asked, you've actually cleared it up. Thank you so much. That was very, very insightful. I'm going to definitely go look for that book. That was very, very insightful. Everything you said makes a lot of sense. However, with Alison, I am not so sure if she even has any sense of self at all. I think she herself is even really confused about her own preference. And this is not me trying to say Alison is XYZ, XYZ, no. But I've seen the way she relates with the likes of Daniela and the way she relates with the guys, and somehow it's coming off as though she prefers the ladies to the men. I'm not making any assumptions. I'm just saying what I'm seeing.
But let me tell you that what I'm saying is right. If you check it, it's the same thing she did with Doing as well. Doing we're getting too close and then she pulled back. It's not about the gender, it is their personality, and they can't pull.
But do you know why she pulled away from Doing? Do you know why she pulled away from Doing? She actually complained about it during the diary session. Even though she gave one or two instances that, oh, Doing sounded controlling, Doing sounded blah, blah, blah. It's that alpha female energy that Doing possesses. Doing is almost like a man to her. When you look at the dynamics of a relationship with Doing, it comes across as though she is the female, Doing is the male. Doing is the one that gets to advise her. Doing is the one that gets to set her straight. So Doing is giving off masculine energy in a female form. And it seems like Alison has issues with taking, should I say, allowing a male figure to lead with her. I mean, look at what she has with Henry currently. The guy already told her, I have two girls out there, but I want you to bring your individuality into my collectivity so that we can actually create a dominance society. It's crazy. And then she probably did not even think it over. And she probably felt like, okay, maybe she could be in charge. Or maybe if I keep him once, maybe he's going to forfeit whatever he has going on out there for me. But then the guy looked at her and told her it's impossible. This is the same person that said we're getting married this year before the end of the year. You know, so now she's caught up in that vibe. She likes this guy, but what she really likes about him is his rawness. The guy is not really dominant with her. I don't know if you've noticed as well. The guy is not dominant. The guy allows her to be, and that is exactly what she wants. So I feel like she herself is really conflicted with her own personality. I feel like as a Gen Z that she is, I feel like she is at that crossroads where she's very unsure of what her preference is. You know, what do I want? What do I not want? And I think she's not going to really find herself on the show, to be very honest.
Yeah,
It's after the show.
That's why I
that
don't
she will
feel
really
it's
find
a strategy. It's coming out naturally. I won't call her own tactic or strategy. I think it's natural. And we would see towards the end of the show. Plus, it was nice to meet you again. See
Thank
you
you
next
so much, Naima. That was really
There's
insightful.
more drama this week because
Oh,
it's
yes.
already. So they should keep bringing it, please. We're in for
Most
it.
definitely. Most definitely. Thank you so much, Naima. Please keep coming back We enjoy your insightful analysis. Thank you. All right. Dupe Omiwa, Dupe just disappeared. Oh my God, I'm trying to get Dupe back. Dupe is
She
supposed to
typed
be
the
sitting
book
now.
on the private chat. She typed the attachment styles and then she went.
Oh, ah,
Yeah.
Dupe, please, if you can come back, please, we need to hear from you. All right. But whilst we are waiting for Dupe, we're just going to go ahead and allow Zen to speak. Hi, Zen.
Hi, Glory. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm happy to see your face.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you. You're shining.
Am I? Ah.
You're shining. Yeah, you are.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, then. It's been a
So,
while you joined us here. So let's
yeah.
hear your decision so
So,
far.
first of all, I was hearing Naima talk about the selection for the level one housemate. And I'm thinking, okay, they selected these people. Did the psychologists that looked at these people and paired them according to their personalities, did they not know that the level one housemates were going to be the one winning most of the games that Biggie was going to bring? Because you cannot tell me that these people are not smart. These people paired Christy O and they paired Christy O and what's her name, Bella. And towards
Yeah.
the end, before Christy O left, we saw how she was a sharp mouth person. I remember our altercation with Beauty, where Beauty was like, "Oh, you're rolling your eyes." She's like, "If I'm rolling my eyes at me, don't look at me." And then I watched her
Yeah.
interview. She said why she was not really talking much the first week was because she was on drugs.
Yes, yes.
They gave her drugs. So they definitely knew that this level one housemates were going to win most of the tax. And maybe they just did it like that because level two housemates ended up winning most of the wagers. So I think it was something they
Yeah.
did deliberately. And then
Mm.
there was something I wanted to talk about. And then for the Phyna situation, I don't think Naima is entirely right. I think there's a group of people that think Groovy is too good for Phyna. And then there's another group of people that think that Groovy and Phyna should not be together because of the beauty situation, that they did not start their relationship on the
Mm.
right note. And then the third set group of people is people that think that Groovy is actually spoiling Phyna's game. There are people
Mm-hmm.
that like some of Phyna's fans. I've seen their comment. They're like, no, they don't want Groovy. They feel like he's spoiling her game. And then for the
Mm.
Sheggz situation, Gloria, I've been watching BBN for like 2, 3 years. There is no housemate that annoys me more than Sheggz. It's like I should just mute or just like whenever he starts talking, I just want to just like what is going on? He brags a lot. I don't know why Bella does not see through. I think she started saying it because I saw a clip where she was telling him, "Oh, you're playing mind games. Like, why are you playing mind games?" I don't know if you
No,
saw that part.
that was between both of them. When he's
Yeah,
bragging, when it's his element, she's supporting him like she's his
yeah, yeah.
cheerleader. But the
I'm
mind games
like,
was talking about was the relationship itself. The guy was really telling her like, "I'm done with the relationship," and she had her
like
alarm going off.
I just feel so much pity for her because it seems like she's completely falling for the guy and he's a fake. He talks too much. I was so happy when Fina stood up to him because he talks too much. He doesn't bring that energy to tax and wager. Like just keep quiet for a moment. Like keep quiet. You know your father owns the Koyi city and all of that. But keep quiet. And then I saw a clip where Adekule was telling somebody that he actually was telling Cheesy at the dining table. I don't know if that is true. That Diana came to tell Adekunle that Shags was telling Cheesy that does he have up has this film 50 million naira be 5 million naira. I'm like, he's rating people according to what they have in their bank account. And then whenever he wants to open his mouth, he's like in London this year. And I'm like, it's not about like I know people that are from there and they don't behave the way that you are behaving. Like just tone it down a little. You're rude, you're disrespectful, you're full of yourself, and it's not even the characteristics. Most of the times, if you even see people that come from that place, they're mostly very, very calm and collected individuals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which part or which ghetto of London he's from because I'm definitely sure he mixed up with the ghetto individuals if that's how they behave in his side. Like it's just really, really annoying. And then it's like, don't disrespect Bella, but you're disrespecting almost all of the females in the house. You called doing a food the other day. You talk anyhow
Mm.
to Rachel and Fina, and then you come and say, "Oh, don't disrespect Bella, don't disrespect her." I'm like, just keep quiet for a moment, like hold your peace. And then Bella, we all know she has a very, very sharp mouth. For somebody that is actually very well traveled, I'm very disappointed in her. because a lot of housemates that have stayed in Nigeria that don't even have the opportunity to get the exposure that she has, they're even better behaved than she is. You just open your mouth and then you talk anyhow to people. And then Brian screaming emotional intelligence. I think he should, when he comes out of the house, he needs to he needs to look at himself and he needs to talk to people for them to tell him that he doesn't actually have that emotional intelligence that he was screaming at Amaka the same that day. Like, I know Amaka has her issues, but there's a way you don't talk to people. And then you said something in your video where you said that, oh, he was talking to Sheggz the other day. He was talking in the room. Like, I've noticed it. Bryann has never had any issue with any male in the house. It's mostly the
Yeah.
females. Like, why are you talking to the females anyhow? And then when I even met, when they merged, I was actually wishing that people like Sarkis and Christian were in that house. I felt like somebody like Sarkis and Christian would have definitely added to what Cheesy is doing and put Sheggz in his place.
Yeah.
Because a lot of seasons, if you see people that are even vocal, people that actually contribute when it comes to the wager and task, but this one is just entitled and it's like, now big brother, bring us together. Now the big brother tell you to go and audition. Like, you should be grateful because a lot of thousands of people audition for this every and you were one of the people that were picked, and then you're like, now big brother, bring us together. Like, just take a chill pill. Like, don't even say that to somebody. I think Biggie just they collect stray bullet anyhow because it's the same thing that Bryann said when he was talking to Amaka. He was like, "My people like," I'm like, calm down, you guys should calm down. And then for Chichi's own, do you know that it was from a conversation the two was actually having with Deji that I knew that Chichi flushed Diana's lashes.
Oh
I'm
God,
just
Ben.
so upset. She
It's not
flushed
just the
Diana's
lashes.
lashes.
It's not just the lashes. We're talking about a very expensive perfume that she also threw on the. I'm
I
done.
am I was so upset. I was thinking she was going to get like two strikes or one at least. Did you see that thing that she came to do in Diana's face? I'm like, you guys have self-control because both of us will leave the show that night and she will be hospitalized. Imagine like your fingernails, your everything, your lashes, they are going at somebody like that. Somebody that is 10 years older than you. I know they will say don't bring age into this thing, but we should bring age into it. Somebody that is 10 years older than you and you're going at her like that. And you know, Chichi was like, Chichi is a street person, and Diana is the kind of person that would have calmed down to deal with her. It's not even about fighting. Like, do you understand? Like, I just don't even understand. Like, that ghetto attitude she brought was totally not it. I did not understand why she had to go at Diana like that. I'm like, she cannot even go at, she knows that Diana is a calm person. She tried that with Phyna. Big Brother would just call the ambulance once they start because there is no going. Phyna would have dealt with her accordingly. How would
Yeah.
you do that to somebody else? You flushed her lashes over what? Over they were talking about somebody that the guy that has been rubbishing her. I just want her to come out of the house so she will see clips of that guy calling her a market woman and saying, oh, he does not really want to have anything to do with her. Like, oh my god, like the females of this season, I felt like they particularly picked these people to bring the drama because last year's Shine Your Eye was mostly people that were mature. So they picked people that really had emotional issues, emotional garbage to bring to the show. So that they will give us the drama that we've been asking for. Because the way some of these housemates are behaving, I just don't get it. And for Doyin, I feel like Doyin is kind of like an empath, and what happens like she can feel other people's pain and she can, so what happens to them is that if you keep them in the space they start attracting other people's energy. Now because she's lonely at sort and because she does not really have anybody to process her emotions with, she started attracting people's emotions. She started acting like some of the housemates without even realize. I'm not sure it's something, I think it will take her time to actually realize that okay, this is what I'm doing. Because I saw her in the Bella Sheggz and Cheese's argument and she was like, yeah, you're supposed to defend her. I'm like, defend what? Like Bella can defend. He was like, oh my god, I felt so insulted. He was like, that's what you guys do in Nigeria. Yeah, you guys know how to insult me. I'm like, this your woman that will not keep about one place. One thing, she's already calling people stupid and silly. I was like, I was just so regret. I was like, imagine the type of sarcasm in the house, beauty in the house, and Christian in the house. And you say you want to come and touch their food. People would die on top of that table. Like you will not even have mouth to talk. Like oh, this is Big Brother's house. Such entitlement. I will take the food if I want to. You've not done any anything when they are doing major tasks, she just sit down there, you're kissing and cuddling with Bella. And then when it comes to food, you feel like you're entitled to it. In what way? And then you
Why
come
they
and
fight
say
there?
you feel entitled to it. And then you come and say you're shouting, oh, you're a footballer, you're this, they pay you this amount of money. Like, okay, what are you doing? What do you want to do? Why are you on the platform? Like, what do you want to do with the platform? If they pay you $2,000 every week, I be every day, as he was telling Bella the other day. Girl, do you know how much is $2,000? Like, let's start converting that money to Nigerian money. And then you're just bragging every day, oh, they pay me this amount of money. Like, just chill first. Wait, that was just all I want to say for now. I think I've talked about the Bryann situation, so that's basically
Yeah.
all I want to say.
Thank you so much, Ben. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
love the fact that you touched up on doing personality. You know, the word you use, empath. I really love that. And another thing about empath is that they absorb people's
energy.
energy.
Yeah,
They absorb. They are like a sponge. You know when you put a sponge in a bowl of water, that sponge or the foam, it tends to soak up
a
everything,
lot of
right? Then
energy.
when
Yeah,
you now squeeze it out, it becomes dry and empty. So I see what you mean. When you talk about doing in that life, doing at the moment, she's high and dry. When she had Sife around her, maybe not really around her, but when there was Sife in the show, she kind of had her head in the right place. Nobody could actually say her opinion. Nobody could influence her
yeah,
narrative. But now she's not around anymore. She's now all over the place. She's literally like a leech now, looking for where to reach on and then suck up, some energy. And at the moment, it's sad that she's gravitating towards Shags and Bella's energy because now other housemates that do not really like the game that those people are playing, they are now seeing her as a target as well. So the next nomination is going to be bloody. They're going to
yes,
nominate the again and
yes, a
again
lot.
till they throw her out of the house. Yeah. But really,
And
thank
I
you so
wanted
much.
to
Then.
talk about, sorry, please, I want to talk about the Deji and Giddy Fire, like the conversation they have. I feel like there's a lot of toxic masculinity we celebrate in Nigeria. Like, why would you open your mouth and say you don't actually want somebody and then you're leading her on? That's Giddy Fire to Amaka and then Deji to Chichi. You did the same thing to doing. And I feel like they think it makes them alpha males. And I'm like, the only people that will be attracted to you and want to deal with that kind of energy outside the show will be insecure females, because no secure female that has actually realized herself and come to there's a way you would come to emotion, you would be emotionally intelligent, you would know your self-worth enough, and you would not want to relate with that kind of guy. So the kind of person that he's going to relate with through no fault of our own is the kind of person that has probably not done hard emotional work done, probably does not have self-worth. That's the kind of, like, I don't understand, like, when you come on a show and you portray yourself as this kind of person, you just know that you automatically attract people to you. And the kind of, if you portray that kind of attitude on the show, the kind of people you're going to attract in the long run, you're going to have an issue because you attract insecure people, because you've already shown yourself in the kind of light to like everybody watching the show. But I just feel like them, when they talk about females like that, they feel like alpha males, but it is just rubbish. It is just rubbish.
I actually agree with you, Ben. And there's something I want to put out there now. With regards to Giddy Fire is a product of the love and care and attention that Diana showered on him in the first three
Yeah,
weeks of the show. No, in the first 3 weeks of the show. If you all recall, from the start of the show, when the level one housemates were originally downstairs, Diana used to pamper him. She would give him food. She would do his facials. She would do his skincare routine. She would do his pedicure, manicure. She was pampering this boy, and this boy comes up as the sort of person that out here in the real world, the kind of relationships he likes are the sort of relationships where the female has to do all the work. I know what I'm talking about. This guy is from Aquarium, he's from my place. And some of the guys, that live in that region, in that state, in that Aquarium, I'm not generalizing this now. I'm talking about based off
some
of
of
my
them.
experience in schooling there, yeah, because I school there, yeah. Now, some of these guys, they are very, very laid back when it comes to relationships. They like being taken care of. You know what they say about Calabar girls taking care of their men? Some of them, they come out into other societies with that kind of mentality. They like it when the woman takes care of them, when the woman pampers them, the woman cooks for them, takes care of them. Some of them even like when the woman helps them with their bath. And luckily for Giddy Fire, he came into the show and he met Diana. Diana is about 10 years older than him, and she pampered him silly. And then he's lucky again to have fallen into another situationship with Amaka. Amaka, even though she is like a child, even though she's very naive, she also has this mother instinct, right? She likes taking care of people. And that's the exact same thing that she's doing from Giddy Fire. So even though Giddy Fire is spreading word that he doesn't want this girl, he wants to go back to Diana, he can't really go back because he's scared that Diana is going to reject him, and if he completely rejects Amaka, he's not going to have anybody taking care of him anymore. So now he's playing that card of, let me have both of them hanging and then see who's going to remain with me to the end. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it pans out on the show. All right. Thank you so much, then. Let me quickly allow
Bye,
Dupe into
Glory.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thanks for joining. Okay, Dupe, I am really glad that you are back. I was scared for a moment that we've lost you. Dupe has been on the back end for the longest time, waiting for her turn, but I'm glad that she's here now. Hi, Dupe. Hey, let me unmute you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Glow. It's been
Welcome back.
quite
Welcome back. Thank you.
costly. I honestly don't know what
Welcome.
to call this. We wanted action, but this one we
Yeah.
are getting action that is overwhelming, that is draining, that is mental tasking. Nobody saw this coming. I'm sure the organizers, Biggie inclusive, they're overwhelmed. That's why you see discrepancies in the administration of power, sanctions, punishment, and all of that. The game
Yeah.
started on a dynamic that we really didn't see coming.
Yeah.
And I say that what I feel messed up this show, and we are in this kind of situation now, is because of the nomination. I still go back to it. Is it because of the nomination pattern? See, I have no problem. This game will have been sane, and we'll still be getting the content, we'll still be getting the violence, the vibe, the shifts, and whatever it is, if not for the nomination. That nomination pattern completely messed up this. See,
Yeah.
the HOH, as at then, had too much power. Remember last week I said there won't be any nomination there may not be any eviction this week. And let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you, next week we'll have harvest of nomination. Harvest, mark my word. They're going to take almost 5 out of next week. He
They have
deliberately,
to.
he deliberately, because we don't even have how many more weeks to go. He's going to be
Just
going
5
for.
weeks. 4 weeks, actually.
I'm telling you. So this next week going forward is going to be harvest, exodus of housemates. They just get out because some of them are just occupying space. Now, Biggie, I want to think it's the same Biggie that we had that is still there. Permit that the voice, the tone is the same. But if Adekunle has been put in Biggie's shoe, Adekunle might perform almost in the same tone that we have now. So I
Mm-hmm.
hope that we have that same Biggie still running. And if we have, or if we don't have, I hope they gave this man his scope of function and the extent to which he can perform, or the extent of
Mm-hmm.
that he has. Because in the history of Big Brother, I have never seen a set of housemates. Forget about their ages; they are not babies. These guys are graduates. They've gone to the university. Some of them are working. They have their businesses. I've never seen a set that would be so rude and insolent in their own capacity and collectively. I mean, housemate, get to the lounge. You will see that is when this person will carry towel. He wants to go and bathe. Housemate, move to the diary room. You will see them just first go to the room first. And oh my goodness, what do they take this show for? That is why you see this kind of laxity and annoying combination of characters in this show. So I feel that maybe the rule book also has many editions that they're applying, because there's something I've not thought about. I mean, what would have given people have talked, and you have actually talked in previous videos of the injustice, perceived injustice that hanged Beauty the first strike, because that guy may still be in this show. It might have been, I don't know whether many of you noticed, whatever application of consequence that they are giving Chichi, the madness in her has gone down. The madness in her had gone down. She won't. She likes the money. She wants to try her luck. Chichi is calm. She won't dare that madness. She started this thing because that strategy will kick her out. I wish that Beauty was lucky enough to have that self punishment. And we may even think that this punishment is not getting to them. It's really getting to them. It is getting to them. I mean, look at Phyna this afternoon. They were doing their grocery. She was the lead person, and then the alarm sounded, and she became mute.
Yeah,
Now,
that really got her.
getting into them. This girl has been writing and writing, forever writing. So it's really okay. But where I am honestly not happy with is there is no balance, like I said, put in the chat. There's no balance in the application of the consequence. You shouldn't have given one person a strike and then you are giving punishment to the other, especially when their gravity of offense is the same or even higher. Okay, so enough of Biggie. I just hope they will review. I know they watch your clips, Glow, and I feel they get this feedback. Modella has overstayed and welcome. For God's sake, Modella should go. I've been singing Modella should go by my own placard. Things we do. How can Big Brother say you are on an errand? That is the reason why you are there. And they even reminded you are not doing what you're supposed to do. Even the same Big Brother did not apply consequence. What she was saying, I will try. That one said, I want to give you another one. Oh, I hope it will not be difficult more than the other. For real? And Big Brother kept quiet. The Big Brother will know the next day. She will look for one thing that will take you out of that show. Even if it's to bring another person that is more serious. But this girl is still there. I don't know what she's doing. Enough of that. Now, Sheggz, I think he surveyed. This guy is smart. I don't like him, and I can never like him. I think I'm one of the few persons who recognize the toxicity in both Shags and Bella, and I've been saying it. Anybody that cares to hear me, I've been saying it from even second day of the. Yes, I've been saying it. I know psychology will see a lot of things. See what he sized them up, and he saw that they are not exposed in any way. This group are quite laid back, unlike. I think which group now is it? Well, what is this? Shine Your High. That we have a lot of them who have actually traveled. Which of the groups? I can't remember now anymore. There were a bunch of housemates that at least they've traveled. Was it the last batch or even Lake's batch? I can't tell. But I know that who do you want to intimidate? Checks have sized them up. See, let me tell you, we have not known so much about Checks. So by the time the reality is coming out for Checks, you may even discover that he's not even in any football club. He's not. Only God knows what he's doing in UK, and he's coming to rant and insult the whole African men. That guy, see, when you are something, you don't make noise. When you have content, it is your content that speaks for you.
Yeah.
I feel for Bella, but I don't also feel for her. That girl is the most stupid character I've ever seen existing. Somebody is this possessive. What kind of love is this that you cannot even breathe? Is this how to love? There's no reality there. Okay, Sheggz said I'm tired 2 days ago, and he said you want to leave. Yeah, and she was all shaking and all of that. She wanted to start crying. I look at you when you are sleeping. I know I ensure that you are breathing. Hello. It's like I should pick my television set and hit it on the floor. What a dump! What a representation of woman is this one? Okay. Sheggz did that psychological survey and knew the most gullible, the most senseless of the girls and attached. And that's why you see that girl cannot think until this is how we are going to see it, until either they finish the show or they evict them. This is how it's going to be. That girl will not offer anything. But what amazes me is that when it is time to insult somebody, when it is time to criticize any effort, she is so sharp-mouthed. She is the one that will sit and be the cheerleader. So what I think, what played against them that Sheggz saw was their exposure and the level of their intelligence. They are not exposed. It is not by educational attainment. That is what is playing. Oh, when everybody see aeroplane, they hey Jesus Christ. They see aeroplane, they hear of this. No. Somebody, I like the last but one who spoke and said, what football club? And see, in Lake Concert, we will have had somebody that said, Dorothy will ask that question. Come here. What's your group? When last did you play? That's what I expected this girl called Bella to start asking. She's going to have the rudest of her shop. See, the breakfast and dinner and lunch that she'll get, it will be worse than liquor rose. With warning liquor rose behind the scene, she was not hearing. Maybe she saw it now. People say she's a made woman. Yes, she's made, but sincerely, she shop her own because she should not apply sensibility in it if there's something like that. Now, Daniela pretends a lot. Daniela has kept quiet because she loved Khalid, and she was a man told you cannot drink, and so be it. Is that how to stop drinking? A man said you cannot do this. Hey, okay, sir. Is that how? The guy went out and you were seeing a true picture. She was a crazy pretender, and I honestly, no. That girl, my spotlight's on her. I don't like her moves at all. Unfortunately, Amaka is another carry her this way. She left her shadow. She left the person that was shadowing her. It takes a woman of God like Phyna to do what she did, and she has no apology. That kind of female is the one they call alpha female. That kind of girl is the one that says, whatever it is, even if I'll come out and myself and Beauty will beat ourselves, blue black, we will beat ourselves, which is not supposed to be the right thing. But to tell you the extent of how Phyna can dare. And it played out on her again when they met them. We were thinking Chomzy will breathe. If I hear Pim, who is Chomzy? This guy will choose Chomzy and Groovy. Chomzy quickly moved back to hello son. Do you want to? Even Chichi, all of them, they really left. They know that Phyna's madness is on a high level. Nobody wants to cross her path. That's why you saw that they were either giving her a chance or they were forming alliance with her. It's not that they love her. That was the mistake that Amaka made. She doesn't have anything to fit into this kind of den that we have currently. So because of time, let me just move on. So Chomzy is not a strong person. She's not a strong personality. There's a conspiracy of betrayal, and you were sure of what to head, and you cannot say hello. I'll call the names. Let us begin to slap ourselves. How can you be so faithful to who? Bella? On what ground? You were the one who heard. At least say your bit of it. You're saying they will play video. Who has time for video? This is the thing. You can, if you are strong enough, and that's what is affecting her head of house thing. She might be the worst head of house we have in history. She's so afraid of everybody. No, you're out there.
You know what's so funny? The way she's quiet, but in week 1 and 2, she was like a rowing lion, and now she's subdued.
You know why she's that? Phyna. I said Phyna is a force. You just have to record. She knows that Phyna will tear her down. This thing affects Phyna. Now, whether the thing is true or not, she can't verify. But see, it will cause a colossal calamity between all the 5 involved, Amaka inclusive. Amaka is a very, very dangerous friend. She doesn't have a forgiving spirit. So, but to be honest, Chomzy is annoying me. If you ask me, in this whole drama, Chomzy is annoying me. And Bella can boldly deny. Oh man, this is a person they said should be treated like queen. I want to feed my queen. He has to eat. Whether all of you are eating sand, she must eat meat. Yeah. It's not. See, I see some clips. It's like I see some sections in this show. It's as if I should just remove my television and smash it. What is this? You're not just thinking. Dana messed up herself. I don't know why, honestly, Dana is she didn't define what she wants. She wanted friendship, but this house is not for friendship, especially with the level of bonds that is existing around them. There's no way Vidifier will want friendship, because what these people believe, none of them came with anything to showcase in particular. Bryann, I don't know who else I can call that can showcase what they have. They came all for one lane, and that is bond, sheep. And in the house that is a sheep house, there is no way you will think Vidifier will take you at that level. He also wants to see somebody to hold and smoosh and all of that. Now, when this guy is now telling you are my big sister, let me go for somebody you got annoyed, and yet you are still annoyed. I honestly don't know what to do with Diana. She's going to remain that tough. She's coping, she's doing well, but too bad. Deji, Deji's proud. Deji feels, I think now he wants to be part of the game. That's the problem. Honestly, that's the problem. He also have found at some point that Chichi may not suit her. Whether we like it or not, they've analyzed these girls. He feels, and he's already telling and dishing it to Chichi. That one is getting it small by small. That look, this thing may not really go. I mean, you'll be talking to somebody, he's either dozing off or he's looking at somewhere else and see, David is a proud guy. If he wants to be part of it, I don't want to go. She has to go. That is the contract. Cheesy, I just pray that Cheesy would not chicken out at any point. He shouldn't give in to the intimidation. I don't blame him. See, if you body shame somebody on a high level, that thing that Bella said, you have a mouth. It is enough to make that. If it's somebody like Adekunle, you will not hear his voice anymore. I pray that he finds a stride, above that comment and do the job. He's doing very well. And a big personality to really reckon with. Hermes has come to. He's a very bold, confident guy. When he wants to be dubious, he starts speaking English. Even Big Brother will not understand him. Did you listen to Hermes diary session the last time?
It was exhausting. His diary session was exhausting. I was tired.
I became afraid. I mean,
I was tired.
Even Big Brother was afraid at some point. No, Hermes can be hyper. He's on the hyper level. His focus is doing well, but he's also afraid of, I don't know why, of Sheggz. Why? For what? If Cheesy have seen one person or two again to pair up, these people will have
I think he's afraid of losing a potential connection with Sheggz because of all Sheggz that bragged about her.
If it is connection, there's a baby in UK. You are all in the same. Forget that he's a polyamorous guy. These girls are in agreement that we are for this guy. That is enough connection. The girls love him. What do you want from him? They are not thinking. Anyway, they are just not thinking deeper. For Eloswag is another. I don't know. You can't place Eloswag. If he wants to be loud, it can be loud, but it can be irritatingly loud. He's very unstable. He can latch on you anyhow. If he wants something from you and you are not giving it, you can become his enemy almost immediately. Who again? Bryann, please don't let us talk about Bryann. Bryann, enough of Bryann. He doesn't waste our time. That guy is a boy. He's a small boy. He doesn't really know. The combination of Mandela, I was looking at what will come out of it. Dotun, he just giving us whatever he's giving us. He needs to also either step up or go home. Thank you very much. I'm really watching time. I'm really watching time. So I honestly feel that the personality of Sheggz and Bella, okay, what the two of them are playing really now, that by my own thought is Sheggz is in affective dysregulation. When you talk about affective dysregulation, you're poorly, you have a poorly regulated emotional reaction. Let me tell you, Sheggz is not what you think. It's not. It's just playing on their intelligence. That guy does not have a strong personality that everybody thinks he has. If he has somebody that can match up with him, he would deflate. And for Bella, that girl is ego deficit in all sense. Limited mental resources. He doesn't have anything to process his brain with, and it's so sad when you see them like that. They have difficult interpersonal relationship, and that's why up to date with 6, he doesn't have any friend. Forget about all this. He doesn't even trust anybody. The only person he's been able to accept, because I won't say trust now, accept, is the Sheggz or Sheggz they are deceiving themselves. So he needs to honestly step up, because this kind of when they have a heartbreak, they'll just think they won't be able to come up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lupe. Thank you so much. This was very insightful as well. I mean, oh my God, it's always a learning system, like a learning session rather, whenever you grace this platform with your knowledge of psychology. Honestly, that's why I was really hoping that you would come back, because I said, no, today we must hear all this definition. Yeah. And thank you so much for sharing the definition of Sheggz constant, is it repetitive see the explanation, yeah. And
It's
yeah,
a
I
repercussion.
think I shared it on my screen, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you
having
so much.
efficiency.
No,
Thank
I knew that what he was doing, I knew that that was a psychic thing. I knew that that was a psychological thing, you
you.
know. When you are very, very repetitive, you're saying something over and over again so that it sticks to the minds of the people you want it to stick to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Super. God bless you. Yes. Okay, guys. On a final note, I just want to clear the air about something. So, the altercation that happened last night between what's the name now? Phyna and Bryann, yeah, and then there was the altercation between Cheesy, Sheggz, and Bella. I this morning I started seeing on Twitter and even people tagging me and people commenting on the video I dropped that, oh Glory, what do you think about Big Brother disqualifying Phyna? That Phyna threw a plate at Bella, and I'm wondering, like, Jesus Christ, when, how did that even happen? I mean, I was up, I watched the whole fight from start to finish, and I didn't see anything that happens to even warrant the thoughts of a strike for Phyna or even anybody else. None of the housemates did. Yes. And so when I was seeing all of those comments, all the tags and everything, I'm wondering, like, I don't get, this is so misplaced. This is wrong on all levels. Why? And then people's reasons were that, oh, when Phyna was talking, she carried the plate of kilishi that she was holding, and she stoned it. That's what they call it. Like, she threw it at Bella's head, and it hit Bella's head. And I'm like, seriously, a plate hit Bella's head, and Bella did not go gaga. Sheggz did not go and fight Phyna. Phyna did not fight Bella, and there was no chaos in the house. Like, seriously, I mean, sometimes the way people bring up issues on social media, it makes it look like you that is even watching the show, you are blind, like you are not even seeing, or maybe you are seeing the back of your TV. Guys, at some point I started questioning my own sanity and my sense of sight, because I was wondering, like, I don't understand. Is it that I wasn't watching my TV? Like, when did that happen? I was confused. So guys, please, nothing at all happened last night that warrants a strike or a disqualification for any of the housemates. Not for Phyna, not for Bella, not for Sheggz, not for Cheesy, not for Bryann, not for anybody. All the housemates that were involved in that altercation last night, it was an altercation. It is a normal altercation that happened. It did not result in anybody, it did not result in anybody getting physically violent with anybody. No. The housemates used their mouth to verbally attack each other. And that is fine, because that's what happens on the show between housemates, because they do not have the liberty to fight physically. So they can only fight with their mouth, with their body language, with their attitude. And that was what happened in the early hours of this morning. That thing dragged until it ended about 4:30 a.m. this morning. So please, can we die that narrative? Can we just dead it? Nothing crazy happened, okay? Nothing crazy happened. What exactly I saw that happened, especially with Phyna, was that when she was trying to explain her own side of the story, about the whole Bryann coming to come and ask her rudely for kilishi, and also telling her that the action, whatever that she took, is stupid, was that she was talking, and as she was explaining herself and gesticulating, the takeaway pack that had the kilishi, that's the plate that she was holding, which is actually plastic, to be very honest. As she was talking and she was gesticulating, the plate flew out of her hand and it landed on the other side of the counter. People were in the kitchen, they were cooking. That plate did not touch anybody, ladies and gentlemen. Please, all these agending nonsense here and there. Can you people rest? And as I will always say, listen, if you like, we'll carry this housemates matter on your head. By the time the show ends, they don't know you. I'm referring to those people now that are fans turned fanatics. They don't know you. They will never give you a shout out on their page. I have never seen it happen before, and I don't think it's ever going to happen anytime soon. Yes, they will never give you a shout out. They will never give you special appreciation. They will not locate you in your house where you live to come and kneel down and worship you and say, oh, thank you for fighting all my battles when I was still in the house. No. Instead, they will refer you and address you as, amongst the collective, all my fans, all my lovers. That's what they're going to address you as. So why don't you just pack up the remaining dignity that you have, watch the show, enjoy it, and stand your faith in peace instead of spreading a negative narrative. So as I said before, I'm going to repeat it again. All the arguments, all the altercations that happened last night, nobody did anything or committed any offense that warrants Big Brother giving them a strike or a warning, or not to even talk about a disqualification. My God, that's so extreme and spiteful. So please, I get it. Fans, fanatics, you love your faith. You're going to kill yourself for your faith, especially those ones that comes to attack me on Twitter. They tell me that, Glory, I cannot pay my house rent. Okay, oh, please, if you're homeless at any point in time, come, I'll give you shelter. All right? Accommodation is not my problem. But really, you people need to calm down. It's not that deep. It would have been deep if the family of these housemates even recognized you at least. But to be honest, they don't recognize you. So stop disgracing yourself on social media. They're not going to pay you. Okay? Anyways, guys, this is where we're going to end today's YouTube live stream. It's been an amazing time out. It's been awesome. I've had so much fun. And I have actually learned a lot as well. I mean, the likes of Dupe, Lutricia, the likes of Ayo that spoke. There's Naima. I mean, there's Sia. There's Joe. There's Daniel. Is it Chigozie? I mean, there's a lot of you that actually spoke today. And I've also been following the comment section as well. You see my eyes, turning to this area. I've been checking the comment section as well. Thank you so much for your engagement. This is really, really, I'm really grateful, guys. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much. And please don't forget to like this video. All right? Don't forget to like this live stream. If you really enjoyed this session, go ahead and like it. And if you would love to be a part of the virtual conversation next time, we do this every Saturday, 3 p.m. WAT. So wherever you are, please, once it's 3 p.m. WAT, please indulge us, all right? Join us so that you can also come and share your own opinion as well. I also want to give special shout out to Tina. Yeah, thank you so much, Tina, for coming through. Thank you, May. To all my South African viewers, subscribers, you guys really amazed me today by coming out strong. Thank you, Deborah. Deborah, it was really sad that we couldn't hear everything you had to say because of network disconnection, but we hope that next time you're going to come through. For every single one of you that wished to speak and you could not speak, guys, apologies, but because of the sake of time, we've been here for, are we up to 4 hours now? Almost 4 hours. So please, next time, make it a date with us, all right? Join us same time, same channel, Francis Speaking with Glory Elijah. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, guys, you're missing out too. You don't even know. So please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notifications, all right? Turn on post notifications so that you'll be able to receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload a new one. I upload videos multiple times daily. Multiple times daily. All right? So if you are looking for, let me not even talk again. Let me just go ahead and play the video that's going to better explain to you all we do on here. All right? That said, thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Tonight is the 5th Saturday night party of this season. I'm going to be bringing you guys more juicy updates about the party. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned to this channel and enjoy your evening. All right? Bye. Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah, and this right here is Francis Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. Basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry up on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Glory Elijah of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data, you cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics, because of course this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly that.